Good evening all, welcome to Oldest Park. Don't worry, you haven't missed much. We're 3 minutes in here at Oldest Park. Ben Ambrose joins me. Ben, luckily for us, despite a few technical difficulties, a fairly slow start here between Dereham and UEA in the Senior Cup quarter-final.
Yeah, the eyes were becoming teary, but the Wi-Fi has decided to become our friend. Good evening, Connor. How are you?
Good evening. Yes, mate, I'm good. I'm good. How are you? A little bit cold, actually, isn't it?
I cannot feel my hands. Can you stick your phone down there as well so I can see the time?
UEA just making inroads into the box there. Cleared away, picked up, and the cross goes in, which Pride claims easily. Quick restart now out to Logan. 1v1. Can he win the tackle? He can't. Good challenge there from Henry Clark of UEA. And Dion Frary goes straight through him. And the referee, Ashley Smith, gives a throw-in to UEA, who have started relatively brightly, Ben.
Yeah, that's a big old meaty challenge from Dion. Absolutely loves one of those. I'm very impressed with your name knowledge already. I see a little notebook there. I'm very, very impressed. But that said, my hands are freezing, so that's what my mind's focused on right now. I will not lie.
Yeah, there was just before kick-off a nice fire just in one of the fields to our right. It would have been nice to have been over there, wouldn't it, to warm the hands.
The fire was alarmingly big. It was massive. So I don't know if it was a nice fire or not, but it seems to have disappeared. And it is now colder.
There you go, that's the sort of insight that you're going to get. The sun dropping just to our left, and UEA have a throw in inside Dereham's half on the left hand side. Pond plays it on now as a chance for UEA. Cleared. Dereham just struggling to get a grip of this game so far. And that's put through, and Pride should come off his line to collect, and he sees it behind for a goal kick. Ben, what did Dereham need to do here just to get a bit more of a grip for you?
I mean, I want to avoid cliches, but just keep it simple, you know? Just get the ball on the ground and play a few simple passes and just sort of get your rhythm. That's all you can do at this point. Well, I'm not going to lie to you, I thought they would have had at least a chance by now, but here we are.
Yeah, what we are seeing from UEA is a very high line, an attempt to squeeze the game as Hilliard wins the flick on. Johnson chasing it and nodded back to the goalkeeper by Knock, and Smith now has it in his arms. UEA just looking to regain their shape, and he again plays it to Knock now, looking for a ball forward, closed down by Johnson. Good interception by Hinton in midfield, and Logan recycles for Frary, who picks out a wonderful pass towards Hipperson, who may have a chance. It just doesn't fall for him, and it's cleared by Ben George of UEA, out for a throw-in on this near side.
Yeah, that's what Toby does. He wins his headers. Like when in doubt, you know, Dereham like to play the ball from the back, but when there is a bit of doubt, you just clip a long ball forward, and Toby's always going to win his header. He is unbelievably athletic.
It's going to be Matthews with a throw-in from the left-hand side into Hipperson, who just looks to roll Conway, but Conway concedes a corner. It's Dereham's first of the evening. Logan plodding over to take it. This is a bit better from Dereham the last minute or so, Ben. 6 minutes on the clock here at Oldest Park.
I just want to say, Connor, quickly as well, before the corner goes in, we have a GoFundMe page set up. Now, it's obviously free to watch the match, but we would very much appreciate any donations to help us sort of continue to make this club a little bit better. But yeah,
Absolutely.
all donations would be very gratefully received.
Absolutely, as you see there, Logan's corner has just gone all the way through behind for a goal kick, which Thomas Smith will take for UEA in their goal. I'll just run through the Dirham lineup for you. They've got Elliot Pride in goal, Dion Frary, Matt Castellan, Robbie Linford and Tom Matthews the back four, David Hinton the captain, partnered by Adam Smith in midfield, Reece Logan on the right, Adam Hipperson on the left, with Luke Johnson behind Toby Hilliard. UEA looking to take a quick throw here through Rodray Brown into George Moore now in midfield, pressed by Luke Johnson, and the linesman on this near side has given a throw in to Dereham. A very high intensity game, Ben. We did wonder sort of which direction it would go in, didn't we, because of the lack of fans, because of this being a competitive fixture. But it's been quite a nice energetic start to the game.
Yeah, you expect that from the UEA, don't you? They're obviously the smaller team, you know, with no disrespect. Dereham, probably the biggest team in this competition. They're always going to come here and have a go, and you know that excites me, to be honest with you. That should mean we're in for a good game. But yeah, Absolutely. It was always going to be like that, wasn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. And it's getting increasingly colder from our commentary position
cold
on the halfway line. We're not up in the gods, that's probably a bit of a stretch, but we're certainly raised, and the wind is certainly attacking our position here in the commentary box for this evening, as a clearance there from Ben George goes out for a Dereham throw deep in the half. Dereham now having a bit more territory to their play, just looking to get hold of the game in terms of possession, still yet to have a clear chance in this fixture. But Dereham just beginning to get a foothold in this game, as you would expect, being the team in the higher leagues. Hipperson looks for a switch, and what a switch it is as well to Logan in the area. Can he create here? Looks to just twist and turn, plays it back to Frary looks for a ball in. It's a poor cross, and this goes behind for a goal kick. Lovely reverse pass from Hipperson there.
Oh, it's nice. It's not like Dion though. He's usually a really good crosser, but I think that's on his weaker left.
Should we put that down to the wind?
The wind is killing us and it's killing the players. It is not our friend at all. I am absolutely freezing cold. By the way, I would just like to say apologies for potential lag, and also I am looking at your comments, so if you want to get any messages in, I've seen James Palmer mention, can Rene get some hot chocolates up here? I would appreciate that.
Yeah, a non-league hot chocolate is what you need at the moment. You just know, don't you? Just for I don't know how much they are here. You maybe point me out.
Free for us, mate. Free for us.
Usually what, £1, but they're just thermals, aren't they? Basically, and I've got thermals on tonight, and struggling. Hilliard holds up the ball well, just a little bit scrappy. Nice little bit of play from UEA there, and Pond looks to play it forward, but intercepted well by Frary. Logan now in the centre of the pitch, beats one, beats two. Can he get the ball in to a forward position? Out wide now to Matthews, who just takes stock of the situation, plays it back inside to Smith. He finds Hinton, the captain, who will look to his other side where Frary waits. First time ball now to Johnson. Good touch from Johnson just to take it into the right position. Can he get a crosser in here for Dereham Town, who are searching for the opening goal here this evening? Plays it back to Adam Smith, just having a little bit more possession now, Dereham Town. Nice reverse pass there into Hipperson, who just caught Rodway Brown out. Can he get a cross in here, Hipperson? Lovely ball in and well claimed by Smith. Better from Dereham Town.
Much better. I've seen a comment here, Connor. Can you read through the Dereham bench and also the UEA 11?
I can, absolutely. The Dereham bench, they've got Jerry, Charlie Dickerson, Jacob Lay, Ollie Willis makes a sub appearance. I've been told to say, I think it was in the 2015 version of this competition, he actually got sent off, Ben. I think you might be able to provide us with that info a little bit later on. Joe Ryder completes the Dereham bench. The UEA lineup, rather, they've got Thomas Smith in goal, Alex Rodway Brown, Sam Knock, Ben George and Henry Clark. At the back, they've got Jake Conway, Henry Clark, George Mao and Josh Pond in midfield, with Mohammed Hassan partnering Thomas Stumenchuk, and I apologise for any mispronunciation there. Being a Norfolk boy, that's a tough one this year, particularly in the cold when the teeth are chattering. Yeah. But anyway, UEA have a free kick here, which George will look to launch forward. Dereham Town just assembling their defensive line here, relatively high, just gets trapped back now. That's a flat free kick, which Logan should be able to collect. Handball the climbs from the UEA dugout just below us, and Logan can't quite find Hilliard with that ball forward, and it will rebuild from the back. Nice sweeping ball out towards this left hand side, and Hipperson intercepted though by the athletic Rodway Brown, who now has an opportunity to drive forward for UEA, but Tom Matthews, no nonsense, straight out of play. That's what we like to see, Ben.
We do, at this level especially. I've completely forgotten. Oh yeah, I was just going to say, apologies if you hear Gussie swearing. The Dereham faithful. It's not something that's unfamiliar, but I feel it's our duty to apologise. That's the only time we'll do it. We're not going to do it all evening.
You mentioned,
just in case you catch a few words,
choice
fruity
words.
Persuasion. Yeah.
Not, they won't come from us. I think that's worth.
Well, it depends how the game goes, mate.
You mentioned to me off air before we started recording. You felt the wingers were going to be important tonight. If the opening sort of 10 minutes or so reinforced that for you?
Yeah, you can see the game plan. Get the ball to Hippo or Reese. It's about as simple as that, because they are the better divisions in our better wingers in our division. And when you look at UEA, a team who are sort of a lot further down in the football pyramid, that game plan is going to be even more effective. I'd like to see a bit more of the ball on the ground, but if it works, I guess.
Yeah, nearly good play by Hilliard there, who does win it back for Dereham. Hipperson can't quite beat Rodway Brown. That's becoming a nice little battle, that Hipperson against Rodway Brown on this near side. Both evenly matched, and you're right, Ben, aren't you? That 1v1 battle between Dereham's wingers and UEA's fullbacks, I think, is certainly an intriguing one tonight, particularly if they can work a situation like they might do on this near side here, where they get an overload. If Hilliard can win the header, and the referee Ashley Smith gives a free kick against Ben George, who came charging in the back of Hilliard. That's what he's excellent at, isn't it? Holding up the ball, winning those free kicks. Matthews will take a quick free kick, looking for Logan. What a free kick it is as well. If Logan can get on the end, his touch is lacking, and it goes behind for a goal kick. That's what Toby Hilliard's all about, isn't it?
I would not like to play against him. The elbows go up in a legal fashion, but you can tell there again, like Matthews with the ball at his feet, switches it to Logan. That's the game plan, simple as that. And if it works, which I think it will do, obviously we're still at the early stages, but like, these fullbacks are going to have a very long game, and you can see already now, one, they're fairly high up, and two, they're very, very wide. So if you get Hippo and Reese between the centre back and the right back, could really, really cause an issue.
Absolutely. Hintz just recycling possession there. He looks for Tom Matthews. here at left back. He looks for Adam Smith in the middle. A little bit of pressure he's come under there, and now he looks for the pass to Hipperson, who just comes in off that left-hand side so expertly and finds Reece Logan with a right-footed pass. He's now in a position. Can he get a cross in? He can. It may go all the way through. It does. And that goes behind. The referee and the linesman look at each other before deciding on a goal kick. I think that was probably the right decision. I don't know if it quite comes across on camera, but there's a lovely sunset just behind that goal. I'm hoping
don't look into the sun though.
Exactly, yeah, exactly. I'm hoping it doesn't get low enough that it obscures our view, but all good at the moment. Hopefully it can provide some heat, because as we mentioned a few times, very cold, but we can't complain, can we, Ben, when the Dereham fans are stuck at home watching this one on their screens, although probably
you're right, but
probably in their dressing gowns.
Yeah, well, it's a very good point. I'll refrain from complaining, but I'm having to put my phone away because I need to go in the pockets.
Yeah, it's
we've got a long way to go.
Incredibly cold. We definitely have here at Oldest Park. We are nearly 14 minutes in to this Senior Cup quarter final. Dereham Town 0, UEA 0. Good ball out here from Clark, who looks for Rodway Brown, who is athletic. Looks to get an early cross into the box. Flicked away by Frary just about. It will be collected though by Conway, who does well, and he finds Clark and cleared away again by Hints. UEA, little bit of pressure here now, but that's a loose pass from George Mao, and Dereham regain possession. Can they counter? Little bit slow out here, Dereham Town. Hipperson picks it up in the left back position, charges into the UEA half. Johnson appeals of handball as the ball bounces up and hits him on the hand. Don't think that was deliberate though. I think it would have been a harsh decision. Pond leading the press here. Matthews under a little bit of pressure. He finds Pride very well, but Pride has to put the ball out of play. Excellent pressing there by UEA to really close that down and work it back as well from what was a pretty promising position with Hipperson early on there.
Yeah, we spoke about that a little bit earlier, didn't we? UEA, they're going to be in your face, and you look at Elliott there. He's got no other option but to knock it out. And that is the sign of a good press, which is not great for Dereham, but to be fair for UEA, it's promising signs for them.
It is. Dereham just trapped with the ball here inside their own half. Another ball back to Pride, under pressure, clears that one, and that will just go out of play just inside Dereham's half here on UEA's right-hand side. It will be Henry Clark to take the throw, and he just offloads it to Alex Rodway Brown, who I think we've seen in these early exchanges has a long throw.
Yeah, 2 in 15 seconds there. That is not good enough from Dereham. To be honest with you, I'm sure Gus will be furious. I don't really know what he'll say about it, but from Dereham so far, it's not particularly brilliant. But as I said, long way to go.
Long way to go, absolutely. And Henry Clark there just finds Ben George with a pass backwards. He finds Sam Knock in defence, and out wide he finds Henry Clark on this left-hand side for UEA. He comes back in, nice pass there, back to George, who will take the opportunity to step in midfield and look for a forward-thinking pass. He does. He finds Conway here with a chance to strike over the bar. First chance of the game. Conway found himself in a lot of space there.
Yeah, and you can tell he's a left footer as well from that, which I think Dereham are going to need to switch on to, because when you got a left footer out on the right, cutting into his left, it stinks of Iron Robin, doesn't it? And I don't think Tom Matthews here on the left will be too pleased with himself, to be honest with you. But what I do want to say is, for a press, it's always about how long you can keep it up for. You look at teams like Man City, they do it the entire game, don't they? As soon as they lose a ball, for the entire 90 minutes, they're in your face. If UEA drop off at any point, which naturally you assume they would, because they're not Man City, then that's where Dereham strike. But yeah, for now, it's not particularly pleasing to watch from a Dereham perspective.
Yeah, Dereham will be disappointed that the first, I don't know if I'd label it a major chance, but the first chance of the game has fallen UEA's way, and really not quite got a grip of this in the way that maybe you'd hope, given the respective league standings of the two sides. But UEA, like you say there, showing plenty of energy as Stumenchuk is caught offside, just coming back from an offside position. The referee below us flags offside, and Hinton will get the game restarted fairly quickly. And Frary now just carrying the ball over halfway in front of that main stand over there, and it comes back here to Linford. A poor pass, he goes down. And the referee has given it the free kick a Dereham way. Ben, let's come to you on that.
That is very contentious. That is about as Premier League as a foul gets. Robbie Linford gets himself into a real pickle, loses the ball really sloppily, but he goes down, and you're always going to win the foul there. You look at Grant Hanley for Norwich, that is his bread and butter in it. I have made an observation there, the liner has got his feet over the line for quite a lot of the game, so I don't know how legal that is.
Well, here come Dereham Town on the response. It falls to Hipperson, looks to beat Rodway Brown, does successfully, beats another one, curls it into the back of the net. What a goal that is. We talk about response. Hipperson fires one into the bottom right-hand corner. Controversy at one end, Dereham Town net at the other. Ben, what a response that is.
Oh, that wafts, doesn't it? Jeez. That is. We can move on from the free kick, can't we? That is just absolutely lovely from Hippo. And what I said, get it to the wingers. They'll do their thing, and it's really a case of can the fullbacks keep up the pressure on the wingers? No, they haven't. Hippo's got a little bit of space, and he's known for his finishing, and that is why you play your right-footed player on the left to cut inside, and it almost went wrong for Dereham, but up the other end, it's gone incredibly well, and that is delightful.
Yeah, it's taken 19 minutes. Dereham finally have the breakthrough. That is what Adam Hipperson is all about, isn't it? Twisting, turning, a wonderful finish past Thomas Smith in the UEA goal to give Dereham the lead. That is the lift that maybe they will need just to gain control back of this game after what was a highly controversial free kick that referee Smith gave in Dereham Town's favour. Robbie Linford bringing down striker Strumen Shurka. I know there was quite a bit of fury from the UEA bench down below that was given the other way, but what a response for Dereham Town. And the thing is, you stand off Adam Hipperson in situations like that and he will punish you. Well, 19 minutes played here at Oldest Park. Dereham 1, UEA 0.
Yeah, he does it at Dereham's level, so why wouldn't he do it here? It's really nice from him, and I will point out that Robbie Linford is typically sort of a CDM, so as you can tell, he's not really that tall, but he'll always put himself about. That's the sort of player he is. He's a very gritty player. He almost got himself into a spot of bother again, but you know, we'll cut him some slack because he's not actually a centre back, but he's done a decent shift over the past few games as a centre back. Against Sprouston he played in centre back and he won his headers. You know, the guy, as I said, he's not that big, but he jumps, and that's the most important thing. Because if you can't win your header, put a bit of pressure on. It's literally as simple as that. Sometimes football is a very simple game.
Yeah, it absolutely is, and we're seeing that now as UEA just knocked the ball around. Frary heads it clear. Hilliard will go up. Was he backing in? The referee believes he was, and the free kick goes UEA's way. Long ball forward here to Conway. Nice little layoff. Strumenchek there gets fouled, and that is a foul by Adam Smith. Yeah, that one there was no doubt over.
Yeah, not a doubt over that one. You could hear that from here, couldn't you? Not pleasant.
Yeah, you definitely could. What are we saying here, Ben? Probably a bit too far out to be considered shooting range.
Yeah, he's going to have a go, absolutely.
Do you think?
Yeah, it's a cup quarter final, isn't it? Why wouldn't he have a go?
Yeah, 1-0 down as well. Henry Clark has taken the ball. Alex Rodway Brown over it as well. We've seen Mohammed Hussein now join as well. A few UEA bodies just coming towards the back post just to try and get those second balls should there be any save from Elliot Pride. Just sort of slightly left of centre. Dereham Town forming a wall, just getting their defensive line organised. They're 1-0 up in this game. As things stand, they would be playing in the Senior Cup semi-finals, but of course a long way to go this evening. We're about halfway through the first half as we stand. Hussein and Henry Clark stand over this. Rodway Brown gone to interrupt the wall, as we can see there. The referee urging the wall back. Elliot Pride very vocal in terms of instructing his wall into the position. We see Frary join it now. That's a 4-man wall, I think, isn't it, Ben? Maybe
Cannot
5.
tell. I can't really see that far.
I think it might be a 5-man wall, you know. We can see Rodway Brown just peeling off here to the left. Will there be a clever free kick? It is a clever free kick. Does Clark overcook it? He does slightly. Straight from the training ground. He found so much space if he just gets that pass right.
That's really frustrating for the UEA manager. He sort of turned around then and winced a bit because that's a big opportunity. Now, what will be 25 minutes into the game, plenty of time to get back in it, but that seems like a good opportunity to use, really. And it's unfortunate that he's just overcooked the pass slightly. It's just a bit of a tease. But yeah, Dereham need to sort of sort it out a little bit at the back. There you go, Hilliard winning his headers again. That's what he does. It's his bread and butter.
Yeah, absolutely, it is, and he's sort of won that physical duel quite well, hasn't he, between the two UEA centre backs. So I think I'm probably not disrespecting. I mean, I'm far enough for them not to hear me anyway, and I hope there won't be any altercations afterwards. But they certainly don't look the tallest, shall I say? So that maybe is a bit more of a fair battle. UEA peeling certainly from goalkeeper Smith for a free kick, nothing given, and Frary throws it back to Pride as Dereham Town rebuild. Long kick forward aimed for Hilliard, and that head, he does win it. It bounces off him, and Adam Smith just can't regain it. A bit scrappy here at the moment, Oldest Park, as that pass, but that's a poor clearance by Rodway Brown, which Johnson maybe looks to try and feed Hilliard.
We're having
through,
a battery change currently.
Just can't do it. There we go, a battery change in the camera. And
we live?
there we go. So you're relying on just my audio there, but you didn't miss a lot again.
This is what you get when you come to non-league streams.
It is. You come here
Free
for
ones.
you don't come here for the professionalism, but you stay for the drama
You come
and
for
the
the dulcet
football
tones
and
of
goals
Mr.
like
Concept.
Adam Hipperson's that we saw after 19 minutes. That is currently the difference in this game as Adam Smith brings down a UEA man in midfield. He's feeling a little bit sorry for himself. I think that UEA man's been kicked around a little bit this afternoon, this evening rather.
Yeah. I'll tell you what I've noticed as well is that I suppose you can notice it now, to be honest with you. UEA's sort of setup is a lot more expansive than Dereham's.
Well, Dereham Town just coming on the counter, Ben, so I'll just interrupt you. Hipperson again, and good tracking back from Captain Pond to clear it out for a throw-in deep inside the UEA half. Go on, Ben, continue your point.
Well, I was just going to say the fullbacks for Dereham aren't really very attacking. Tom Matthews, typically a centre-back, doing a job in left-back.
Is that necessity, do you think, tonight, him playing there?
I don't know, because Charlie's on the bench, so I'm a little bit unsure there. Maybe it's just experience, because obviously Tom's been playing, I think, for a lot longer than Charlie. But you can sort of tell the sort of game plan, really. Like, Dereham's is to be sensible, whereas UEA's is to go for it. And so far,
absolutely,
apart from the goal, they've been doing all right.
Good play there from Thomas to Menchuk, just to close down Castellan, and Dereham do win the throw-in, which Tom Matthews will take probably a little bit, taking a little bit of an opportunity to move forward there, which the referee Ashley Smith elects to correct him, and it's a long throw forward. Hilliard wins the header on again. Pond with the rogue clearance, and it nearly ended up in our press gantry. I was expecting a header back from you.
If that
there,
had hit my head would have fallen off my shoulders. That would have been the end of me.
There you go, 1-0 Dereham Town here at Oldest Park. Of course,
hands,
missing all the supporters. 25 minutes played here in the first half of this Norfolk Senior Cup quarter-final. In the semi-finals await, Dereham Town, of course, have a rich history in this competition, and so do their manager. I'm told that he's not lost a single game in this competition as Dereham boss. He, of course, won it a couple of seasons ago with the Magpies, as well as that campaign where they fought off relegation. So not a bad opening 6 months to the job, is it? I'm not sure I've mentioned it. I was kind of waiting to mention that statistic about Gus not losing a game, and hopefully I've not gone too early. But there we go. UEA now having a little bit of possession. That's a poor touch, and maybe now Dereham can break. That's a cynical foul, and it's going to be a yellow card here. The first yellow card of the evening for Mohamed Hussein. Just drags back Hinton there as he looked to break away.
I was going to say to you,
definitely yellow card.
I was going to say to you, I want to see Hints get the ball and drive more, because he's a really good dribbler, and I do believe that is because he used to be a winger. Because I remember bringing that up to someone in our early days here, and I remember asking, why is he such a good dribbler but playing in the middle? And that's because he used to be a winger. And I thought in this game he needs to get the ball, move forward, take it forward, and he's done that, and he's won a foul. So you know, quite clearly the quality is there. There's the yellow card, well deserved. I'm sure he'll be a bit furious.
It's a tactical foul, isn't it? It's
yeah.
just prevented Dereham from breaking there, and now they've got to rebuild again. And Matthews will take the free kick. Adam Smith did stand over it, a little bit of reshuffling. He'll look to play it's a flat ball. It's gone all the way through. It's taken a deflection. It's just dropped wide of the post for a goal kick. That ended up looking a bit more dangerous than perhaps we anticipated, Ben, for what was a fairly flat free kick.
Well, I'm not going to lie to you. I've looked down at the stream just for some comments, and I've looked up after hearing the ball get kicked, and it's just, is that nearly in? I think it was nearly in.
It was close. It's certainly close. Yeah, as Hipperson may have an opportunity here to make it through on goal. Twist, turn. Can he finish? He can. 2-0. Hipperson with his second of the evening. Brilliant endurance. Brilliant finish as well. Smith couldn't keep it out. Dereham now 2-0 up, Ben.
Oh, that's a great find from Adam Smith. Absolutely delightful. His absolute peach of a left foot. And again, ping the ball to the wingers. They will score you goals. It's as simple as that. And that is, I mean, he rode us like a little bit there, didn't he? That was a little bit fortunate, but that's a really, really nice goal. And he really deserves it. I don't know if this is a 2-0 to Dereham game, to be honest with you. But football's a weird game, isn't it?
Yeah, the difference has been Hipperson's quality in the final third so far. Plenty of it. 2 wonderful finishes, as you say, battled through, didn't he? And it was excellent stuff. 27 minutes on the clock, so less than 10 minutes between the 2 Dereham goals. As you said there, maybe not had an array of clear-cut chances, but now they're in the ascendancy. And now the onus is on UEA to ensure that they manage this accordingly. As Hilliard has nicked the ball, it could be free here. Oh, the bounce catches him out and Smith recovers. Oh, dearie me. A mix-up at the back for UEA, and Dereham Town have a corner. Ben, what a let-off.
Gus and Ollie, well, I think Ollie's smiling. Gussie, I can't see his face. I don't know if I'd want to see his face. A very good evening to Linners. I'm glad Hinton cannot hear you. Fair enough, Linners. Good to see you. Hope you're doing all right. But yeah, that's incredibly dodgy. Not like Toby either. I thought he'd just thrown himself at that.
Well, I think he got thrown off by the bounce, didn't he? The bounce just called him out a little bit. He's moved ahead of the ball.
With the groundsman, that is, isn't it?
Well, to be fair, I mean, we've been on the pitch pre-game. That you can't complain, can you, about that surface out there? Beautifully done.
Pristine, isn't it?
Dereham now have a corner from this left-hand side. Reece Logan will deliver. Deep into the penalty area. Up go the heads. Cleared away. UEA man flows himself to the floor. Johnson collects it. Clever turn. Brilliant turn. Can he get a break? He can. He hits the shot. Double deflection. And behind for another corner.
Yeah, we were talking before the game, weren't we, personally, about Luke Johnson and how good he is. And he's good at everything. And he's a really good dribbler to highlight his importance out there. And he's proven that, hasn't he? He's really good, tricky feet. And when you get in the box, sometimes you panic, don't you? And I think he's only 18 years of age, so sometimes the instinct is to just sort of whack it. Whereas no, he's kept his composure and won a corner. That's unfortunate not to be 3-0.
Yeah, it does really well. Just gets a little bit of luck, doesn't he, as well on that turn, and just able to get through. I think it was Ben George for UEA who stayed down, looking for a free kick in the middle of that move. Nothing doing there. Referee unmoved and undeterred. Another corner here from Logan, who will deliver from the right hand side. Another corner goes over everyone. It may fall for Hipperson on the edge. It does. He cuts inside. Oh, that's a challenge from Rodway Brown. It is. The referee comes charging in. UEA aren't happy. Adam Hipperson isn't happy. There was certainly noise, wasn't there, from inside the ground at that challenge? Yeah,
Hippo was not happy with that at all, and I don't blame him, to be honest with you. That's a bit reckless. Now, sometimes you look at a challenge and it's not actually a bad challenge, it's just careless, and these guys have got work in the morning, and I think sometimes that needs to be considered a little bit from our perspective, not from theirs. But Hippo was not happy with that at all, and if I'm getting that stare from Hippo, I'm nervous for the rest of the game. Yeah, the referee just has talking to Rodway Brown. No yellow card in that, just a conversation. And look at the talent that Dereham Town have over this free kick. Reece Logan, Hipperson there as well, although he seems to have moved away. Hilliard just lurking on the edge as well. Yeah, there's only one man to step over this, isn't there? We've spoken about the quality of one winner. Logan hasn't quite managed to have the same impact. He has an opportunity here, just outside the box, definitely shooting range, just left of centre. 4-man wall for UEA, which Smith has positioned. The referee blows his whistle. Logan hits the free kick. It loops up into the air. There might be a chance. The assistant referee across the other side has raised his flag. I suppose a good wall there from UEA, Ben. Yeah, I refer you back to the November 2019 period where Reece, I think he scored like 3 and 3. 3 kicks in that's a very difficult sentence. 3 free kicks in 3 games, and since then I don't think he's found the net from that sort of range, but he's got it in the locker. Oh, that's a poor pass from Knock, and Logan just trying to weave his way through. Dereham throwing again. UEA just being a little bit careless with the way they're playing out at the minute, just gifting Dereham Town opportunities. They started the game very brightly in terms of the way they pressed, haven't been able to maintain that in perhaps the way you were talking about earlier, Ben. Yeah. We can see Dion Frary now. He has the ball in hand. Quick throw in there to Logan, goes back. Frary with a ball in. Hipperson's lurking at the back post. George had to definitely get his head onto that and cleared away. Secondly there as well. UEA now clear. It comes back in there as well. Cleared finally away by Sam Knock for another Dereham throw. This Dereham pressure, this is what you were talking about, isn't it, Ben? A bit more constant. Just now beginning to, with a 2-goal lead, establish themselves in this game a bit more. Yeah, I said the UEA press might drop off a bit. And it has, and that that's not a criticism to them. That happens in football. But if you're going to sort of relax off the press a bit, you need to stay sharp at the back, and they haven't. And they've conceded 2, from their perspective, I'm sure, very frustrating goals, because they've just given Hippo too much space to play with, and he's punished them for it. And that's going to happen, isn't it, when you come up against a player of Hippo's calibre? They have. Long ball over the top by George, and Linford is there to deal with it. And that lands onto the roof. A few tiles dislodged. A great touch from the tiles on the main building there. And Rodway Brown now has an opportunity to line up his long throw. Lots of movement. He looks for Thomas Strusenczek. Comes into him. Can he hit a shot here, the number 9? I think his touch is just going to get away from him. He's crowded out. And Dion Frary can recycle it here. Logan back to Frary, and that should give the opportunity for Dereham to get up the pitch. Have you got the UEA bench? I have got the UEA bench. Sorry, I'll read it here. They've got Callum Howes, Lewis Wardell, Will Bishop, Arthur Plews and Jensen Bark on their bench this evening. Sorry, I was meant to read that, didn't I? And then got carried away, I think, by events on the pitch. Shocking. As Frary slides in on Henry Clark, and UEA get a throw just inside the Dereham half. I mean, you've got to give credit to UEA. They've been persistent. They haven't changed in terms of how they're trying to play. They're trying to get through the thirds of the pitch. We can see that now as Clark tries to latch on. Physical mismatch really, but Clark does well to win it off Frary, and there's a nutmeg in there as well on
Reece Logan, which he's definitely not going to be happy about, particularly against his defensive counterpart. Ball in there to Hilliard. He looks to bounce it well, and he does. And this is where Dereham are so effective on the counter, as Johnson kept himself onside. He has, according to the assistant referee on the far side, 1v1 now on his right foot, couple of step overs. Can he hit a shot? He does. It's low, and it's collected by Thomas Smith. That's where Dereham Town looks so dangerous, Ben, when they have that overload of numbers, when they have that transition, and they can just get on the attack on the counter.
Yeah, if you look at UEA's number 2, who I'm not sure he's booked or not, but you can tell he's nervous to go forward now, and you literally see there why. Hippo, even though he stayed back, Hippo still embarrassed him. And played through to Luke, who, that was really nice play from it. Again, it's just one of those positions where getting a clean strike is kind of hard sometimes. Yeah, but it's really promising from Dereham. Yeah,
this is maybe where Dereham's experience and their quality is coming through. They're just letting UEA have the ball, aren't they? Knowing that there's mistakes in there, like we've just seen there, as Adam Smith tries to turn it over. Is he offside? The linesman does. It's a late flag.
Not actually sure he's offside.
It's a late flag against Thomas Semenchuk, but the assistant referee has given that offside. I think he just waited for the striker to touch the ball, didn't he, before actually raising his flag, which raised a little bit of confusion amongst the Dereham backline, but they recovered well enough, and it will give Pride an opportunity to take a free kick, and it will give Dereham an opportunity to get into UEA's half once more. 2-0 up, 2 Adam Hipperson goals. That's been the story of the first half, with 34 minutes in, as the ball bounces out for a UEA throw-in just in their right back position after Pride's free kick, which Rodway Brown will take. A couple of options now just making themselves available. Goes up the line, and Pond just wins it here. Nice feet from the winger, and it goes for another throw, which will just let UEA get up the pitch a little bit more. Some Dereham bodies in there looking at each other, communicating, just organising their defensive shape. They're in control of this Norfolk Senior Cup quarter-final at the moment. Nice flick around the corner from Semenchuk towards Moore, but that is dispossessed by Johnson, who goes back to Pride, who has the time and space just to take a touch and just to compose himself as well before launching this upfield, presumably towards Toby Hilliard. Another touch from Dereham's number 1, signed from Wroxham, of course. Long ball forward from the experienced keeper. Hilliard now makes his move and gets a little bit on that, I think, and Rodway Brown should be able to see this out, and just about does, despite pressure from Reece Logan. How do you assess the opening 35 minutes or so for Dereham Town, Ben? 2-0 up, but maybe not as in control as perhaps the scoreline suggests.
I mean, for the last 15, I think we have been, to be honest with you. It's been a good watch, to be honest with you. It's not really been any dull moments, but I'm just looking at the UEA right back here. He's had his hands full for the first half, and I just see he's a little bit hesitant to get forward. And for me, you know, supporting Dereham, of course, that's really promising. Hippo absolutely has the upper hand there. Yep. He's left a massive gap between him and the centre back, which, you know, that space is being occupied by Hippo. So very interested to see how that plays out. I don't know what's happening here. Captain's been brought together for a little chat. Just a little comment. Good evening, Ben. Good evening, Craig. How are you, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Yeah,
thank you to everyone watching. I don't know if you've got numbers on how many we've got in here tonight, Ben.
We're flickering between about 99 and 115.
Brilliant, excellent. Thank you for all your support. Of course, non-league football live. You can't be with us here at Oldest Park, but glad you can at least join us remotely, despite perhaps the technical problems that meant we missed kickoff.
Shocking, isn't it? Only, we do apologise, but stick with us.
We are they're in deep dark Norfolk here, so of course Wi-Fi can be an issue at times. But we're glad to join you this evening for coverage here on the Dereham Town YouTube channel. Very scrappy still in the middle of the park, both sides really competing to get on the end of those loose balls, and you're right, Ben, it is when Dereham Town find that pass to Hipperson or Logan that they really open up the game, and UEA look stretched. Their back line hasn't wavered though. They're looking to play through the thirds, they're looking to get up the pitch in that fashion. A nice bit of interchange here, and he looks for a ball out to Rodway Brown, lofted slightly, good touch. Oh, that's definitely a handball by the right back as his touch bounces back. His hand just moves away from his body, doesn't it? And that's the issue that he has.
His hand didn't only move away from his body, but he controlled it with his hand.
Exactly.
He's looked to get away with that, which is why he's sort of looking up in frustration there.
And the problem is he's staring right at the referee, so that hasn't necessarily...
That's the instinct of a young player though, isn't it? Sometimes you don't have that experience to sort of play it off like you've not committed a foul.
Yeah, we're just seeing the resulting free kick from Matthews there, carry through to the goalkeeper Smith. He finds Pond in midfield, who's looked composed on the ball at times. And he's just considering his options, and he returns back to Sam Knock. UEA haven't wavered, have they? Still trying to play through Dereham Town's defence. That's poor from Henry Clark on the left-hand side. Just fails to get any sort of touch on that, and it goes behind for a Dereham throw in just on this right side, which Frary will take. Hilliard is over there. Logan off him, and so is the young Johnson as well. Just looking to get those second balls. And there it goes, cleared away by Conway on that side. Frary gets an opportunity now to throw it inside to Hinton, who does have the space inside. Now he looks for Johnson. Neat feet. He finds Hipperson on this side, who's the difference in this game. His 2 goals mean that Dereham lead 2-0. Hinton back out now to Matthews on this left-hand side, who just instead looks to go back to Castellan. Long before there towards Hilliard, who's always jumping up, and he really struggles just to get that under control, probably leaping a little bit too high up. Rodway Brown now has an opportunity to fire this one up the line and give UEA a chance to move up the pitch. And like you say, Ben, they've been a little bit suffocated in the last 10 minutes or so. Just as Dereham have perhaps maybe assumed control, not necessarily in terms of possession, but certainly in terms of territory and the way they're forcing mistakes now. I think Adam Gustafsson in the dugout will be really pleased with the response he's seen from his side after UEA's very energetic start. Ben, I think you want to come in with something here.
Yeah, I'll just get the notes page out just to see if I can bring anything of interest to your attention. Before the game, Hippo 7-4 in the Senior Cup. That's now 9-5. That's really, really impressive.
It's an incredible
Yet it's
record.
not surprising at all from my perspective.
Well, Dereham have won the ball here, and here is Hipperson, the man who has made the difference in this game. There's a lunging challenge there. He rides it, gets to the byline, crosses it in. May get another opportunity here. Henry Clark is accompanying him and is trying to force him back. Hipperson hits a crossfield ball, which is difficult for Frary to get under control. That's a brilliant touch into the path of Johnson. Out on this right-hand side, up against Henry Clark, and he just can't get there, and it is going to be cleared away. UEA bring it forward, and Pond robbed of possession by Adam Smith, who tracks back well. Hits the referee there, and of course the new rules, when it does hit the referee, we have an uncontested drop ball, which I don't know is going to go in Dereham's favour or not. You always wonder when these are given. The referee, I think, is going to give the opportunity for Dereham to knock the ball back to the goalkeeper or play on here. We'll see what the decision is. David Hinton stands over it, the referee contests, and it is just fired out wide to Hipperson, and what a ball it is as well. Great touch, but probably not balanced enough to get that second one. Johnson challenges Rodway Brown on the right back. Johnson now looks inside for Hinton, who's beginning to control this game a little bit. He may latch onto this loose ball. He does. Cuts inside. Can he get a shot away? Crowded out. There's the shot. Oh, what a save that is by Smith. Logan with the effort. It was low. It would look destined for the bottom corner. Tipped round that post by Smith. Excellent save by the young man.
That's really good football, that. Really good one-touch stuff. There's a little bit of sort of fortune, I think, really, between Hints and Toby as they both go for the same ball, but the communication was there. They got out of each other's way. Hints plays a dangerous ball, and Reece Logan from that range, he's always dangerous. On his weaker left foot, but he's always going to cause problems, and I think he'll be a bit frustrated that he's not been able to get involved in the game more, because he is one of our sort of leading talisman for goals.
Yeah, here comes the corner. Logan's corner. It'll fall to Hipperson on the
shot.
edge. He fancies a shot and he balloons it out of the ground.
There goes that ball.
But that's what you were speaking about there, wasn't it? In terms of David Hinton and progressing the ball up the pitch, breaking those lines, breaking through midfield. We saw that there with that attack, just to keep the attack alive, I suppose, in the penalty area.
Yeah. It's good stuff from Dereham. I think they've been really, really good as of late. I'm not going to lie to you. I was a little bit worried at first, but I do think that was just sort of the adrenaline of UEA carrying them for the first 15 minutes. Now the quality is really beginning to show. And the right back again here for the UEA is having a bit of a nightmare, but that's just because the player's down here all the time. It's no criticism of him at all, but he's had his hands full absolutely in this first half, and passes like that aren't really doing the UEA any favours at all, are they? But I will admire the fact that they are still trying to play
that's
football.
excellent from Johnson. Sorry to just cut across, Ben, as he pushes Pond off the ball. Surges forward as well, the former Kings Lynn Town man, but Pond recovers well to win it. There's so much energy from the 18-year-old attacking midfielder, looking to win it off Hassan. It's the first time we've really seen him come into the game. He looks for Stumenchuk, the striker, big, tall, physical, and he flicks it on to Clark.
Reece has hurt himself.
Out wide to the left back. Logan just stays down after that one. Looks like a bit of a dead leg. Hopefully he can run that off. into George Moore now.
Oh,
there's a chance here.
Lino,
Semenchek,
where's the
who's
flag there, Lino?
onside and drags it
Where's
wide.
the flag there?
UEA aren't going to
There's
get many
Gussie.
better chances
There
than
he is.
that, Ben.
That's really, really poor from the Lino. From where
Looked a mile off from here, didn't he?
I'll say from what I've seen there, that's shocking from the Lino. And it's very fortunate for us that he's not scored from that. You can hear Gussie in the background yelling.
Yeah, I think the linesman just on this near side is insinuating that he's curved his run. I mean, that's some curve if he's managed to curve that run to that extent.
There's no curve there, son. That's just poor officiating.
Just lack composure in front of goal at the key moment. I mean, UEA probably, given they're the underdogs, given the goal between the sides, may not get a better opportunity than that this evening. I mean, really, beyond that shot they had that went over the bar in the opening sort of 20 minutes or so, that's really we've seen on 43 minutes played here at Oldest Park. A few minutes now until half time. Dereham 2-0 up here, courtesy of 2 Adam Hipperson goals. Brilliant as well. Ollie Willis continuing the protest below us at the linesman. I think he's trying to say, Ben, that the whole Dereham line was playing him onside, which I refuse to believe. Rodney Brown there. That's an excellent challenge from the right back. And can he get a ball in? Can he find a yellow shirt of his delivery? He does. Runs across. It might fall. Oh, it's off the line.
Wonderful.
It's off the line.
You're loving it, aren't you? You're absolutely loving it.
Last ditch defending there. I think it was Adam Smith with it. It might have been Ferreri just at the back post there. Linford rather, you're correct.
Wonderful play from him.
You're quite correct.
Really
Brilliant
well read.
defensive cover. That looked a certain goal when you saw Clark at the back post there.
Yeah, that's really good stuff from Robbie Linford. Again, that number 2 down the right, having a bit more joy this time, not showing any lack of confidence.
That's
which is
kind
really
of the
impressive.
physicality we saw from him in the opening 10-15 minutes or so, wasn't it? When he had that licence, when he wasn't thinking about maybe Hipperson behind him, but that's the quality we've seen.
There he is again.
And there's the long ball. He's definitely onside this time, the striker. Can he get it under control? Castellian competes, does enough. Again. Linford just does enough to deter him, and that pass just away from Hassan on this right-hand side. And Tom Matthews has an opportunity just to calm down and follow his manager's instructions. Gus leading the charge below us, just urging for calm and caution after a little UEA spell here just at the end of the first half. And their willingness to play, I think, even despite the scoreline, has been pretty admirable. Yeah, plenty of young lads out there this evening for them. And I think they'll be relatively pleased with how they've competed this afternoon. Really 2 individual pieces of quality as Hassan hooks the ball forward into the corner. Castellian has a job there. He wins a free kick. Very clever. And that's the experience we're talking about, Ben. When we speak about the difference between the sides, it's that experience and knowing when to go down in those situations and just relieve the pressure on your side.
Yes, instinct, isn't it? When you have that much experience under your belt. And I've spoken a lot about the UEA number 2, so I'll give him some praise in that he's not playing with a lack of confidence, and I think that speaks for the whole team as well. When you go 2-0 down against Dereham Town, a team on paper much better, you can easily fold, can't you? You can easily crumble, but they've not. They've continued to try and play, and it's now that period before half time where if UEA grab a goal, they'll still be losing the game, but the momentum will absolutely be in their favour, and it would make the team talk a lot easier at half time for the UEA manager. But that said,
oh, nasty challenge here, and this is going to be the yellow card for Rodway Brown. Hipperson got to the ball first. I think we've been waiting for it, and it has come now. Hipperson's had the beating, certainly on a 1v1 basis of that. The Dereham bench furious with that challenge. You could certainly hear the contact. Nice, Hipperson's remained down. The physio is on and seeing to him. Just a little bit late there, the right back, Rodway Brown.
Yeah, that's again the right. I want to leave the right back alone, to be honest with you, but that's not a nice challenge at all. Now,
well, let me ask you this then: has it been a case of Hipperson really tormenting him, or has there been errors in there as well from Rodway Brown?
It's a case of Hippo's quality sort of prevailing, to be honest with you, and he's had a really tough time, the right back, and that one there's no malice to it, is there? It's just like the ball has gone, and he's just followed through, and that's
experience, isn't it? Again, we're talking
in the Premier League, VAR gives that as a red, doesn't it? Shocking.
Gives anything as a red VAR. Fortunately, that's not in motion here at Oldest Park this evening.
There is video though. There is
video, yeah, which you good folks are all following along from home. We're into the stoppage time now, into the first half. Logan stands over this free kick. An opportunity maybe to get the ball into Hilliard, which he does. As he just overcooked that, he has, and it goes behind for a goal kick. I shouldn't imagine there'll be too much stoppage time. Now we're approaching the second minute of it as Smith plays it out, and there is the half-time whistle here at Oldest Park. And the scoreline: Dereham Town 2, UEA 0. 2 Adam Hipperson goals. The difference. A game probably that Dereham, I think, is fair to say, have grown into after an energetic start from the visitors. But probably, Ben, as the players make their way into the nice, warm comfort of their dressing rooms, I'm not jealous at all, probably a lead that Dereham Town deserve.
I'm not jealous of the UEA players to be going into half time there. I imagine they're going to get an earful, but for the right reason. Well, I say for the right reason, in a motivational sense. I'm having to duck here out of the way, Jordan, so you don't see my awful ginger hair. But it's been a very interesting game, isn't it? I see a comment here from Linners. No, we can't get the scoreboard up, sadly. We've had a few issues setting this up, but thankfully we're here. There was a time.
That's the main thing, isn't it?
Well, we panicked a bit, didn't we? But thankfully we're here.
Well, Ben, now we have reached half time. We're just watching Elliott Pride head down the tunnel. Dereham Town,
Don't mind watching Elliott Pride.
Will be pretty pleased with their position. 2-0 up, semi-final to play for here. 4 competitive games essentially to end the season after the league campaign was curtailed a few months ago because obviously of the pandemic. Hopefully we get into a position where next season starts on time. Ben, just to ask you about this game, has it kind of panned out in the way that you expected? Maybe, I mean, we kind of spoke, didn't we, before we went live about UEA coming out, showing intent, showing energy, showing a little bit of ambition, I guess, to maybe try and compete with Dirham, particularly considering they're the underdogs. How do you feel that they did over the piece? Did they kind of drop off as the way you spoke about in the opening 10 minutes?
Yeah, you know, on paper, UEA are the much worse team, aren't they? So I think they've done themselves justice in the sense that they've put up a good fight. They'll be really frustrated with the goals they've conceded, especially in sort of this circumstance, because in sort of a league format, you have the chance to iron that out, don't you? Whereas right now, they've only got 45 minutes to make it right. Not sure if they will, but they've been okay. They've really provided a threat at times for Dirham, but I will not lie to you when I say I'm fairly comfortable right now. I'm not too worried. I think Dirham still are in about second gear, and once they get out of second gear, no matter the quality of UEA, that's going to pose a real problem for them. But so far, it's genuinely been quite an interesting watch, and I'm excited to see what the second half brings.
Well, you mentioned second gear there. A man who's not been in second gear, Adam Hipperson. 2 wonderful goals. The first weaves past a couple of men before beautifully finding the bottom right corner of the net. Thomas Smith in the UEA goal. Absolutely no chance at all of saving that. The second one, again, maybe gets a bit of fortune, but another good finish. He's been the difference, hasn't he, between the sides? That extra bit of quality that you spoke about, I guess, before the game in terms of those wide areas for Dirham.
Yeah, to be honest with you, in football, you know, we talk about luck, but most of the time you sort of make your own luck, really. And Hippo, his sort of desire to actually get into the box, and I don't know if it was in the box or not, but his desire to shoot has won in that goal. And this, you know, we expect nothing less. He will score nice goals a lot of the time, but sometimes scrappy goals are just as good. Sometimes they show that extra bit of desire, but you can't leave Hippo sort of just excluded like that. Now, I don't know if that's a lack of research from the UEA manager in terms of sort of analysing Dirham's threats. I don't know if it's that. Perhaps from the way the players haven't really reacted to it, you'd suggest that is the case. Although they did have a good sort of nibble at him towards the end of the half here. But yeah, you can't leave a player of that quality to his own devices, really. And I think someone like Reece Logan will be kind of frustrated because he's as good as Hippo, but he's just not had the chances. But you know, we lead 2-0, everything's sort of comfortable. And I saw this comment earlier. I think it might have been Greg.
Well, you might want to save that because I'm going to come to you for the comments in just a moment.
Yes,
just because I can see we've got plenty through. But before we go to them, I wanted to ask you a little bit about Luke Johnson and his influence on that first half. Plenty of energy, and like you mentioned, I think incredible when you watch him play, particularly given perhaps the young opposition, quite how much he stood out in terms of his energy and his quality on the ball at times.
Yeah. Energetic, not flawless, but very energetic. You expect nothing less from Luke. Really, really good talent. And as I said, I think I said it when we started, he's sort of pretty good at everything, really. So when you look at a play, you typically sort of point out 1 or 2 things that they do very well, whereas Luke does most things well. I think he'll be frustrated not to have had a few more shots on at goal because he's had some good opportunities. He's gotten himself into some good spaces, but he's been kind of unfortunate at times to not maybe pull the trigger soon enough. I absolutely no doubt he'll rectify that in the second half. I can see him scoring a goal because he loves to get into the 10, doesn't he? Loves to dance about. But I would just like to say I'm very impressed with Hints and Adam Smith. Adam Smith, my little note page here, tells me this is his 315th game for Dirham.
Blimey.
Won 3 Senior Cups with us before, which, you know, that's a veteran. That is a Norfolk football veteran right there. And that's for me the difference in terms of players and calibre between Dirham and UEA. UEA, very young team, aren't they? Luke Johnson, again, he's their age, but he's just that much better. Which is, again, it's no criticism to UEA, is it? It's just we're quite good, especially in the Senior Cup. Fingers crossed we can see it out. Not that I need to cross them. Not that I actually can, because I can't feel my hands at this point. I am like a plate of jelly.
Well, let's come to you for the comments, Ben, from people watching at home. Obviously, we're sat in an empty Oldest Park, and there's a tinge of sadness, I think, to obviously this game this evening. The fact that people can't come and watch this and can't come and share the cold with us this evening. I'm sure maybe we're perhaps more disappointed than them, given that they have maybe central heating and stuff in their own house. But let us know what they've been saying in terms of comments.
I've seen a great one from Joe Levitt, I believe. Rene doing any half-time entertainment? No, we can't afford him, to put it simply. I'd absolutely love to see Rene.
There's no one here to see it.
Well, do you know what? On camera, the value of that product would be too great for the internet. I don't actually know where Rene is. I think he's just disappeared.
He was eating at McDonald's before kick-off. he was athlete's preparation for a Norfolk Senior Cup quarter-final.
He was guzzling that Fanta down. I looked over and I thought, no one's going to take it away from you, Rene. I don't know what's going on there. I'm very keen to know what the situation is if we were to ask for a cup of tea, whether we would be brought one or not.
I don't know, Ben. I'll let you shut down. Actually, just what I feel at the moment. We've just seen Charlie Dickerson two thumbs up to the camera, which is good to see. It's nice to see the players get involved. Ben's urging for a cup of tea. What's the answer, Ben?
We've been denied.
Been denied. There you go. Well, that's the last time you'll hear me on commentary, I think, at this place again. So Ben, I'll throw you back over to the comments.
It's a lot of just talking about the game, really. It's good to see Alfred Barnard, Greg, James Palmer, your Dereham faithful. Really good to see you guys here. I hope you're enjoying the stream for as much as it has flickered from time to time.
Go on, Ben, give us an update on the numbers. How many have we got watching at the moment? Obviously,
we're 81
half time
at the moment.
So
do you know what? We've not dropped as much as I thought we would for half time. So today's listening. I hope you're all having a very nice evening. Let us know what you're up to in the comments, other than watching the football. Yeah, I hope you're enjoying the game. It's been a really good game to watch.
It's been a good game. It's been a very watchable game of football. It's been a high intensity quarter final, hasn't it? Maybe one that certainly I was a little bit apprehensive as we pulled up at Oldest Park today. I wasn't quite sure what we'd get. Obviously, don't quite know what the influence of behind closed doors football is. I've seen it every week at Carrow Road, and it's always interesting, I think, to see how different players and individuals and teams respond to it. And I think we've seen different phases in this game. We saw the opening stage where UEA came out and pressed with intent. They looked to harry. They forced a few mistakes out of Elliot Pride, just with a couple of clearances, but then did drop off, and Derham's influence did grow on the game, and we did see Adam Hipperson grow in influence, and that has been the difference, as we mentioned. And Dereham Town, you have to say, has dealt with that. Ben, you might have a little bit of an update on the tea front for us.
No, I was just Will was offering to go and ask, but I thought, no, it's all right. We'll live, won't we? I've worn the wrong shoes today. I've got my Converse on.
Well, I'll tell you what, I have got two pairs of socks on, one of which is a pair of thermal socks.
Shoes,
and I am absolutely freezing. Smart, but not very practical.
You've gone for aesthetics over sort of practicality, and given our pre-match failure to make a video.
We were stood in the centre circle, which you can see now on your screens. We did a nice bit of pre-match, didn't we? We spoke to Gus, we spoke to the UEA manager, Paul Neary. We had a nice bit of content lined up for you. You can see Jordan shaking his head on the camera behind us. Ben, just talk to us about what went wrong with that footage and how essentially maybe we wasted half an hour of our lives.
The internet just failed us, really. To be brutally honest with you, the reason the game isn't perfect right now is because we are hotspotting off my phone. It's doing a decent job, to be fair to it.
You're not going to get too much of a bill for that, are you?
No, mate. For some reason, I'm sure it's a similar situation for a few people, but I have so much data, and I don't know why, and I pay so much money for it, and it's very upseting. That was
well, at least you're getting good use out of that tonight.
Well, yes, very good point, actually. I do hope I don't run over, actually. That's a very good point.
I'm sure you'll be fine, and I'm sure that maybe we can use £10 out of the GoFundMe page that we've set up to cover that bill if it goes over. But I'm sure all will be good. Ben, just talk us through that GoFundMe page as well. While it's half time, we've got an opportunity to do that. Just tell us from the club's perspective why you set that up, what you would like to sort of raise, I guess, and equally where people watching this tonight can donate. If they,
because you obviously don't, but yeah, at the same time we would gratefully receive any sort of money. The UEA players coming back out here. I am absolutely freezing, Connor.
Yep, so am I,
We're
mate.
talking 7 or 8 times we've mentioned that now.
So am I. Yeah, I'm sure the viewers are sick of us complaining about being at this game. So in terms of the coldness, so I won't do that. You can see the UEA players making their way out onto the pitch, 2-0 down. It's going to be interesting to see what their response is for this second half. Of course, they are the underdogs in this tie, so maybe a little bit less pressure on them to step up and to try and perform good patches in the first half. I think I'd describe from the opponents, who of course do play their home games here as well. We're in that strange position where, similarly I guess to when Coventry and Birmingham played each other earlier this season, where we've got two people who play in the same ground, sharing maybe away dressing rooms when they used to being in the home and whatnot. Dereham Town certainly used to playing here. I don't think they've ever had to go in the away dressing rooms, so certainly have the advantage in that sense. Although what sort of advantage that is in these times, it remains to be seen. And you'll see UEA kicking towards our left-hand side as we view it from our commentary position here. Ben, what do UEA need to do in the second half for you to get back into this one?
Well, I think Dereham and the UEA, they face the same challenges that they did before the game, in that the UEA underdogs going to have to get in Deram's faces. Dereham, the bigger team, going to have to avoid getting complacent, and as the score is 2-0 at half time, that theme has not changed at all. It's at a sort of a grander scale now, especially now that Dereham have got the lead, especially now that UEA are now aware of Hippo's threat. Whether they nullify it or not, I don't know. Not sure they will. But the challenges they face are the same, and I'm really interested to see what happens. I can imagine it'll be another quick start from the UEA, because I can imagine they've just had an absolute rollicking from the gaffer.
Yep, and here come Dereham Town.
Here they come.
For this second half, led out by their captain David Hinton. 2-goal advantage, 45 minutes away from the Norfolk Senior Cup semi-final. I'm presuming it's extra time and penalties, presumably. If this,
I was actually meant to mention this earlier. Mr. Ben Williamson told me it straight depends if it finishes as a draw.
Well, that's probably good in terms of our.
I was going to leave it alone, but you've brought it up.
Our risk of hypothermia.
Yeah. Also, big special mention to Jordan. Jordan. Get my words out wrong there. He's just given me some tissues there, so I'll stop sniffing like a baby now.
Top man. Well, we are moments away from kick-off here at Oldest Park for the second half. Dereham Town 2. UEA 0 in the Norfolk Senior Cup quarter-final. Dereham beat Sprowston 5-0 on Saturday to get into the quarter-final. They can move closer to a spot in the final this evening with a victory. Any idea, Ben, on when the semi-final would be played? Is it quite a quick turnaround?
I believe it's next, so not Saturday coming up, but Saturday after, I believe, is when the semi-final will be played. Don't quote me on that.
Well, there you go. We've basically in a position where we've got 4 games for Dereham Town. Maybe in many ways, I mean, we spoke to Gus pre-game, and he was kind of keen to downplay it in terms of assessing where they're at for the new season.
But you can't judge it now.
You can't judge it. No, you're right. Just before we get underway then, I'll run through the starting 11s just as the referee makes his way to the spot. Dereham Town have Pride in goal, Frary, Castellan, Linford and Matthews at the back 4. Hinton and Smith, the midfield duo. Logan on the right. The difference in this game, Adam Hipperson, who scored 2 goals this evening, on the left, with Luke Johnson behind Toby Hilliard in attack. And their subs, Jerry DeSulu, Charlie Dickerson, Jacob Lay, Oliver Willis and Joe Ryder. The UEA team, they've got Thomas Smith in goal, Rodway Brown, Knock, George and Eden at the back. Clark and Moore the midfield too. Conway and Pond in there as well, with Hassan behind Stamenchuk. I'll just read the UEA bench for you as well as we get underway for the second half here at Oldest Park. Dereham Town kick-off 45 minutes away from a Norfolk Senior Cup semi-final. The UEA bench, Callum House, Lewis Wardell, Will Bishop, Arthur Plews and Jensen Bark. Referee Ashley Smith. Rather no changes to either side at the break, as we see Dion Frary wind up a free kick on this near side to us. The Dereham Town right back looking for the head of Toby Hilliard. I'm not sure that ever entered play, but the linesman, who is in a much better position than me, judges that it does, and UEA have an opportunity here through Eden to bring the ball forward, and he throws it nicely into Moore in midfield. He does well and finds Hassan. Neat flick from Stamenchuk. Back now to Moore, and he looks to play the ball through. Elliott Pride quick off his line to collect, and that allows Dereham Town the opportunity to reset and move up the pitch.
There's a sense of urgency, isn't there, from the UEA so far?
That was a nice sort of passage of play there from the UEA. Some nice one-touch, two-touch stuff. Hilliard uses his experience there and gets a nudge on the defender. Hipperson looks to bring the ball forward. The referee waves away appeals of handball against Knock, and it's played in now to Clark and cleared away from Logan. Hassan pressures Frary, and Oh, Pride, it's a loose kick. And UEA have an opportunity, probably had time to take a touch there as well. Opted to go first time, and it will give an opportunity for Eden to get UEA up the pitch with a throw. Inside Derham's half here on the left-hand side. Their left back plays it into Stemenchuk, turns his man, looks to play it through Hassan with a neat touch. I don't know what's been given here. I think the referee's given a free kick in favour of UEA here for a pullback. Not quite sure what he's seen in there, I'll be honest, but the referee has adjudged that to be a foul. Ben, I can see you consulting your sheet. Is this an opportunity for you to come in with a little stat for us?
No, I am fighting against the wind here. I have just seen as well, I'm just looking at sort of previous Senior Cup records. You've got Reece Logan, played in 2 finals. I'm not sure if they're both for us, but he's won both of them and scored in both of them. So again, experience. That's the difference between the teams, and it's really showing.
Absolutely. Hassan and Rodway Brown over this free kick. It's been left to Hassan, crossing position. Good ball in, cleared away by the head of Linford all from that position. Thrown in quickly by Hassan on this left-hand side for UEA, just holding up the pressure. Looks to beat a couple of men. Does very well actually to beat Frary. Pulls it back, chance for UEA, and it's swept over the bar. It's hit the bar, chance again off the post, and it falls again.
Not again.
And cleared away off the bar, off the post. Brilliant start to this half from UEA.
It's really bright from them, and that's really sort of caught me off guard. I think it's caught Elliot Pride off guard there as well. The ball sort of looping over him there very slowly. And again, the follow-ups hit the post, and it's really exciting and promising for the UEA, but Dereham need to switch on and switch on fast.
Initial effort from Pond, the follow-up by centre-back George off the post. Looked destined to score, and now UEA keeping the pressure on with another corner. We're looking to get another ball in the play.
Second one we lost now.
Second ball onto the pitch.
In the same place.
Has a free kick. I think Conway stands over this on that far side over there.
Well, we said, didn't we? UEA would come out sort of quick and aggressive, and they have, and they've had a couple of glorious opportunities. That shot from Elliot, I'm keen to watch that back later tonight. It just sort of looped over him quite weirdly. I don't know if he went for it at all. I think he just sort of left it, and it sort of curved down and hit the bar, and I can't really see clearly how the balls hit the post on the follow-up, but UEA are going to be feeling really good about themselves right now.
Conway with the corner, another chance. I think that goes behind for another one off Hinton.
It's another one.
Dereham Town just struggling to get a little bit of a grip of this second half so far. UEA have started the brighter. Conway will take this one short to Rodway Brown on that right-hand side. He finds more inside. Back to Rodway Brown. Looks to get a cross in. Another deflection. Can Frary clear? Oh, he struggles, and Pride collects it. And that should give Dereham Town a little bit of breathing space. Let's get our shape back, screams Gus from the technical area just down below us. And there is that sense maybe that Dereham have just come out and lost a little bit of structure, Ben, to their play as Pride kicks a long ball forward that maybe a black and white man can get on the back of. Johnson brought down. The referee waves away the appeals. Hipperson again weaves past a couple of men, then goes down, and that one is given as a free kick by the referee.
It's that quality again, isn't it? Find Hipperson, he'll win your foul, score your goal, get you an assist, he'll do everything, won't he? What I find interesting as well is when the ball is with Elliot Pride, you just notice that Hilliard just sort of peels to the right really and sort of tries to pick on the very small fullback, and you notice that Reece sort of goes in on the inside. They haven't really done much with that. I don't know if that's intentional, but I can imagine it is from the fact that that fullback isn't very tall, and Toby loves to win his headers. So I think that's one to sort of really look out for, to be honest with you.
Yeah, Reece Logan standing over this free kick. Oh, he's actually left it to Smith here.
Here we go.
Slightly different position. Maybe this suggests a cross for the Magpies. And there is the cross.
Oh,
Johnson's towards the ends of it. There's Logan, gets it back across. Was that handball?
No.
Was that handball? Arm was down the side of his body. Frary hits it off Hassan, and UEA wins the throw again. Ben, you scream no.
No appeals there, so my natural assumption is no. I didn't really think it was.
His arm was definitely near his body, wasn't it? If it has struck an arm,
would have been harsh.
It's definitely hard to see from our position. Then it certainly would have been a soft penalty to give. Hassan picks it up in the centre. Nice flick on from Stemenchuk. Looks to play it inside. Frary. Dereham really lacking a little bit of structure.
There goes another
wins
ball.
The ball off Conway, and UEA again have an opportunity.
There's a third ball
to
gone
get off the pitch through Eden. He'll look to restart the play relatively quickly.
There's Rennie.
He looks for George Moore. Frary clears. Can Hilliard bring that down? He can't quite get the touch. And UEA have a chance to rebuild and keep the pressure on. High intensity start here from the visitors. 2-0 down in this Norfolk Senior Cup quarter-final rather. That's a poor pass back. Hipperson has a chance here to complete his hat-trick. Is he brought down? He stays up and hits the side netting. And what's the referee given here?
Red card then!
Has he given a penalty? Has he given
What
a penalty?
is going on? What's going on?
He's reached his pocket here.
If he gets a card out here, in the words
If
of
there's
Gus,
a card,
it's got to be a
one
red.
colour,
It's
hasn't
got
it?
to be a red.
It's
But
got to be one colour.
Is it a foul?
He's consulting with the linesman. The
Right,
referee is
he's
taking
held
a
him.
long
He's held
time.
him for a long time. Yeah, I think he's going to go here.
What is he going
Again,
for
that's
here?
Hippo though, isn't it?
George Moore, the man being spoken to by the referee. Did look like Hipperson was clean through.
Well, he was holding him back, wasn't he? And then he put in an all-right challenge, but he's held him for long enough.
Plenty of conversations going on here. Referee Ashley Smith not drawing himself to a quick conclusion.
If he doesn't send him off here,
Dereham
I
Town
think he's going for the back pocket.
do have a penalty,
There he
and it's a
goes.
red card.
Yeah.
It is a red card.
Not surprising that. Again, we spoke about it, didn't we? Give the ball to Hippo. He'll do you
Yep.
favours. He'll
Yep.
get a man sent off. Stick that on the resume. There goes my phone.
And a poor touch there from the UEA man has really cost him.
Yeah, that's the game, isn't it, surely?
And Toby Hilliard from the spot here has an opportunity to make it 3-0.
Not sure it is, but I almost swore then. That was very close.
Henry Clark, the man sent off
That's
for
unfortunate
UEA.
for him. Very
Toby
unfortunate.
Hilliard, it looks like Reece Logan actually. No, Toby Hilliard is over this. We're waiting for a ball. The conversation's still ongoing
Jordan
here.
showing you the
I
man
think he's
going off.
actually given a free kick on the edge, you know.
Yeah, well, the foul started early on,
Yeah.
didn't it? The number 4, I don't know if you've read his name,
Henry
mate.
Clark, yeah.
Henry Clark has come off there. That's unfortunate for him. But yeah, that's just Hippo for you.
It's going to be interesting to see how they restructure. That's a man out of their midfield now for UEA. And it will be a free kick. Hipperson stands over this. Looks like he fancies it.
He took one against Leiston a couple of Saturdays ago, and it wasn't very good.
Stands over it into the wall. Logan will get there on the follow-up. That's a good ball in.
offside,
Chance here. Flicks on. Smith saves from Hilliard's header. No flag raised. Should he have done better with that, Ben?
Yeah, absolutely. I thought he was offside. I'm not going to lie to you.
I wonder if he did. I wonder
yeah,
if he
perhaps.
did. Hassan, that's a lovely touch on the back foot just to get him away. Looks for a pass.
That's a good touch from Robbie.
and Robbie Linford gets enough on it to take it through to Elliot Pride.
He's been brilliant tonight, isn't he, Robbie Linford? Expect nothing less from him. I don't think he's the most sort of technically gifted player, but he will give you
Committed.
100. Yeah, committed. He'll give you 110%. And again, we mentioned earlier, didn't we? He's a defensive midfielder by nature, but he can drop into that number 4, and he's done really, really well. And I'm really impressed by him tonight.
Hilliard
Again,
has been flagged offside here. So he picks up the ball.
Lino does know how to use
in
his
the left
flag.
position.
Interesting. Curious.
There'll be an opportunity for Smith to take the free kick. UEA just trying to get over that red card. Just look like they're trying to get their shape back. Conway has moved into a central area.
Game before that, we might have played against Norwich CBS. Is get the ball at your feet and play your game, which he hasn't really had the opportunity to do tonight.
Minutes on the clock here in the second half. Dereham 2-0 up. UEA down to 10 men after Henry Clark was dismissed. Corner from Logan. It's a flat ball in. That maybe will help given the wind. Hilliard's at the back post. Keeps it alive. That will be laid off here. Hinton has a chance to strike. And he hits it out for a goal kick. What do Dereham need to do here, Ben, just to keep the pressure on as we see a UEA man go down with cramp? That sort of sums it up, doesn't it? Looking to see a natural drop-off for the visitors.
For
Who
Dereham,
have, by the way, been very impressive in patches.
yeah, they have. Yeah, again, it's just the experience is the difference in sort of crucial situations. Dereham know where to do, whereas the UEA player don't really have that instinct as a need to do. Very silly at the back, not even see the game out. To be honest with you, just don't concede any silly goals. No sloppy passes at the back. I'm just looking at the stream back here, and we're buffering a bit, but you know, stick with us.
There we go, stick with us as Robbie Linford goes down and wins a free kick. Sums up his evening. Really, he's used his experience well in those situations. Just to buy free kicks, just to relieve some pressure. Hassan and Linford exchanging smiles there just a little bit. And that probably shows maybe the difference as Frary will look to launch a free kick forward, which he does. And that's a little bit short, but Matthews gets on the end of it. Hipperson there now on this left-hand side, flicks it over one, then onto his head. Then he'll hit a shot at goal, which Smith collects easily at goal. Gone forward now towards Stjemczak for UEA, cleared away. and Rodway Brown collects it in the right back position. Inside now for George. Good win there and cleared away eventually by the Magpies. There might be a small sniff of a chance here. Stemchek has created it, turns, hits a shot. Oh, just wide.
Blimey.
That was all self-made.
Elliot Pride at full stretch there.
Yeah, Elliot Pride at full stretch. If that was on target, that was in, wasn't it? I think it was one of those really good endurance to battle his way past Castellian and get into a shooting opportunity, just to work that half a yard to get a shot away. Just curled it beyond the post. And maybe when UEA look back at this and the chances they have, particularly when they hit the bar and the post earlier on, they may sort of rue those chances that they've let go by in this second half. Dereham Town just looking to regain control. A man advantage, but as the old adage in football goes, it can often be more difficult when you're playing against 10 men than when you're playing against 11. Eden will win the header for UEA, looking for Hassan. Eden will collect again the left back. Good bit of play. Conway is in there looking to battle, and Smith clears that back to Pride. Johnson will pick up in a little bit of space. Clever pass, bounce pass off to Matthews here, who surges beyond halfway. He looks inside to Hipperson, who will look to switch the play. That's an excellent pass to Logan. One-on-one, beats Eden once. Inside now to Hinton, who may be left to look out to Logan again. Again cutting inside, finds a crowd of yellow shirts. Hinton now goes back out to Frary on this right-hand side. Ball in, lovely chance, might be tapped in. Oh, and Johnson has hit his thigh and it's gone wide. That is a golden opportunity for Luke Johnson.
Yeah, I think that's your typical number 10, not wanting to head the ball there. That's very unfortunate for him. Again, it's a really good position though. Sometimes you have got to play.
And a lovely move.
A very good move, and it's really unlucky that that's not a goal. Although, again, I'll chalk that one down to the number 10 typically not wanting to stick his head on the ball. That is the case sometimes, isn't it? But
it was an awkward height, wasn't it? Sort of too high probably to volley, too low to head, unless it was a diving header. Dereham, he might have an opportunity to make amends. Hilliard through, good defending, that really good defending from George to get goal side of Hilliard and win it back. Hassan picks it up now and looks for Stemchek, who does well, looks out wide for Rodway Brown. On a yellow card, the right back lifts a ball forward. There's Stemchek with a header, and Pride collects relatively routinely with the looping header.
Get YouTube out. Do you want me to?
Dereham Town 2, UEA now.
Can't really see,
Adam Hipperson's goals the difference. 15 minutes into the second half here at Alders Park. Norfolk Senior Cup quarter-final action this evening. Reece Logan just beginning to go through the gears a little bit here. Stallion will get to that ball and we'll look for Matthews, who steps into it really well and looks for Johnson. Good defending by George again, who's been tremendous in the second half really. Just in the last 5 minutes, a couple of crucial tackles and interceptions from the UEA defender. Just to try and...
yeah, I'll butt in, Connor. We are just currently trying to do something about the choppiness of the stream. I'm pretty sure our voices should be okay, so hopefully the commentary is enough.
Fingers crossed. Hilliard in the area, just to the left-hand side. That's cleared away. Frary, and now there may be a chance for Hassan to drive forward. 2-on-2 here. If UEA can work it, that's a heavy touch.
There he is again, Robbie
Hassan,
Linford.
And there's Robbie Linford again to clear the ball. Dereham Town are going to make their first substitution of the evening here. We're going to see Jerry DeSulo come on here. And he's going to be replaced. Well, he's replacing Toby Hilliard up front for the Magpies, a former Wroxham man coming on, and he will go up front.
What's the lowest you can go? What's the lowest you're willing to go? Okay.
We've also got a man down with cramp in the UEA area, their striker Thomas Strumczek, who had that chance just minutes ago, which curled beyond the post.
Where's the sub?
It was Jerry DeSulo on for Toby Hilliard.
This is going to be very interesting now, because Jerry he's not only a very gifted footballer, but he's incredibly quick. And this is a UEA team who are playing really high up the pitch.
Well, you can see it here now. I don't think you can quite see it in shot, but all of their back three currently inside Derham's half.
Yeah.
So, Hintz has made a good challenge there on Nathan Pond. Josh Pond rather, sorry, and the referee has given a free kick against the Dereham captain for what looked like a perfectly legal challenge.
Hopefully we're back now. From my stream replay, we're looking okay now. So apologies for the choppiness.
Yeah, apologies
But we're back.
for the technical hitches. Hope has come through.
Yeah, Ethernet cable is the way forward.
Rodway Brown. Dasulo blocks, and he's going to go in the book here, isn't he, the substitute?
That's a
The
silly
referee
yellow.
looked like he was going to reach to his pocket. Dasulo just blocked that free kick, maybe a little bit eager in his attempts to stop that. The substitute, it
Love
did
that
look
from
like he
Jerry.
was going to reach for his pocket there, the referee, but
I'm not
seems
gonna
to
lie
have
to you.
elected against it.
I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not sure why he hasn't, to be honest with you. For as much as I don't want to see Jerry booked, that's a yellow card. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
Not sure why he's done it.
Agreed. I think he's also very fortunate, the substitute, not to get a yellow card there for that block. Rodway Brown gets a second opportunity. That's a very good ball in, all the way through and off the line. The linesman's flag is up on the other side. It was Sam Knock, I think, at the back post who seemed to put that into the net. And the
Flag went
linesman
up
has his
straight
flag
away.
up.
Yeah, it went
Yeah,
up straight away.
and it was up, wasn't it, before the ball was anywhere near the
Yeah,
net.
well, it was Robbie Linford again on the line. I don't know if it went over the line or not, but Robbie Linford tonight so far, my man of the match, played really, really well.
Yeah, good line by Dereham Town.
Where's Hippo gone? Oh, has he gone off? Oh no, there he is. Who came off? Toby.
Toby Hilliard, replaced by Jerry Dasulo, who is currently leading the line, and we see him here as Smith is beaten in an aerial challenge by Conway, and it goes back to the goalkeeper Smith, who has a couple of men harrying him. Obviously that pressing threat from Dasulo now will be in the back of his mind, I should think. It's a free kick, it has been given. It has been
There's
given,
a card,
and it's going to
surely.
be a yellow card for...
Yeah, I was going to say, when you
Selling
mentioned the UEA goal, he's not had much to do, is he, this half, which is a little bit concerning for Dereham, but, 2-0,
The
UEA down
chances
to
have
10
fallen
men.
UEA's way, haven't they? I mean, you look at the moments of this second half. All right, that opportunity there was offside, but they've hit the bar after Pond's sweeping effort. George then hit the post as well.
Yeah,
We had the chance from the striker that flew just wide.
yeah.
And,
UEA, when you get a red card, you go one of two ways. There's never a middle ground, is there? You crumble or you play with your heart, and they've done that. And to be fair to them, it's proven to cause some problems for Dereham. And I think there might be a goal in it for the UEA. They're unlucky not to have scored from that offside just there. Hit the post, as you said, a couple of times. They're well in it, and it's a really interesting watch.
Yeah, next goal is going to be crucial in this game, you feel, particularly if it goes in UEA's direction, who have posed more of a threat, but maybe haven't had the possession that they had in the opening period. Of course, they have been reduced to 10 men. Henry Clark seen red for bringing down Adam Hipperson, last man on the edge of the area.
There's good refereeing that.
It was.
Credit where credit's due.
It was.
He's
He took
assessed
his
the
time, didn't he, to make the
He has,
decision,
but he's made the right call.
which is important. And Thomas Stemchuk over this free kick.
To be
I
fair, if
can only
UEA,
apologise for the pronunciation of his name this evening.
you've had a go.
I've had a go. And he will stand over this free kick. He's taken it short, and there comes the effort.
Wow.
What a goal that is! It's in from George Moore. UEA have that goal back. What a strike! They've been knocking on the door, Ben, and they finally have the breakthrough.
Well, we've just been talking about that, haven't we? The character being shown by these UEA players and the confidence to try that is admirable. And that is an absolutely wonderful,
That's an
delightful,
excellent finish.
superb
That is an
finish.
excellent finish.
Tasty.
And well, this Norfolk Senior Cup quarter-final has just been made more
Oh,
interesting.
spicing up in it.
10-man UEA have a goal back, 2-1 here. And it's going to be interesting to see the direction. Look at them pressing now, UEA. They've got
Heavy.
their tails up.
It's intense.
Can they keep their structure? Can they keep their cool as Logan looks for a diagonal pass towards Hipperson? Under hit. Rodway Brown clears, but Dereham latch onto it for Johnson. Appeals of handball. He hits a
Ooh.
fierce shot that gets caught in the wind. And
That had a bit of dip on it.
over
That had
the
a
bar.
bit of dip on it.
It did. George Moore, the scorer for UEA. Excellent finish to curl it from a short free kick into Pride's net. He was unmoved, wasn't he, as that strike hit the top corner. 22 minutes of the second half played.
68. I did the maths there. I was very happy with myself.
There you go. 68 minutes on the clock. 20 minutes left. UEA will be hoping to get that second goal and make the last 20 minutes or so very, very interesting.
I've seen Toby Hilliard limping down the tunnel there.
Hopefully that's nothing
little bit worrying.
too serious for Dereham Town striker.
Yeah, we spoke at half time, didn't we? What did Dereham need to do to see it out? They need to apply that same logic now, keep it calm, cut out any mistakes. I'm not really sure that they've made that many mistakes. I think the free kick was a bit sloppy to give away. There's another free kick there.
UEA have won a free kick here.
They're really getting into it, aren't they?
They are. They're growing into the second half, down to 10 men, and that actually seems to have given them a lift.
Yeah,
that seems to have given them a lift.
Yeah, Gussie won't be happy right now. I can sort of tell from his body language that he's absolutely
Rodway
furious.
Brown will take this. We'll look to get a ball in. His delivery from the last free kick was excellent, curled towards that back post.
Notice now, he was the right back in the first half. Now he's out on the left, away from Hippo.
He is. There's the free kick. That'll be cleared by Logan. Up go the heads again. Won by a UEA man, cleared away from Tom Matthews. Dereham just looking to get this down now, and they do. And Johnson pushes it through. Eden has to clear. He does. I'm not sure that's going to carry out for a throw though. Hipperson will pick it up. 1v1 against the UEA left back. Oh, he's beaten Eden.
That's a yellow.
He's brought down. That's a free
surely.
kick, and that's going to be a yellow card for
UEA's
left back, I expect.
Yeah, that ball over there from Luke is unfortunate not to have.
That's what we spoke about earlier on, isn't it? About the turnover, and when Dereham get bodies forward, they look dangerous on the counter.
That's a roar from Elliot there. I don't know if you've heard that as he helps someone with cramp. He's absolutely furious at Jerry
seems to have gone
for not picking
the
up
other
on
way
someone.
here.
I'm not really sure what's happening right now.
I thought he'd given a
What's
free
just
kick
happened
in
there?
Derham's direction, but it seems he definitely blew his whistle, didn't he?
Well, I thought it was a free kick. I'm a bit
Not entirely
confused.
sure what's happened there, but there we go. We play on. Smith will launch the
It's a
ball
dangerous
forward
ball.
towards Hassan. Cleared away by Frary. Falls to Conway, who turns well. Hassan looks to link. Does he get body checked? The referee says no. Much to the fury of the UEA bench. Down to our right.
That's a great
Sulo.
ball.
Good touch. Good defending. That really good defending from Stork to get the better of him. More the goal scorer inside to Hassan, who goes down
that's
there.
sloppy.
Adam
That's
Smith.
sloppy from
A
Adam.
little bit of pushing and shoving there. That looks soft.
That's not a foul for me. I think he sort of played the ref there. And to be fair, I'm not going to use it as a criticism. It's very clever. And what it does there is it just sort of releases.
And maybe when we spoke about experience in the first half, and that just that little bit the UEA were lacking in those situations, they've shown it there.
Well, yeah, they haven't been very streetwise until now. Now they're sort of really proving their worth, and I think the UEA are absolutely on top here.
Well, there seems to be a case of mistaken identity here, because it looks like Dasulo is going to go into the book. I'm not convinced he was anywhere near that challenge. That was Adam Smith with the tackle, wasn't it, on Hassan? And that's a mistake by the referee,
so Jerry Dasulo's been booked here when it was Adam Smith who's given the foul.
Yeah.
Interesting.
That's the wrong man that's gone into book there.
I don't know. Is that a pride thing for the ref? Has he got to see it through for pride, or does he genuinely think it's
Adam Smith with the challenge? We score him and Hassan square up to each other, didn't we?
Well, if he's given the foul, against Jerry there, that is a horrendous decision. For Adam Smith, I can understand because he's sort of blindsided. He's behind Smith, so you can't really see what's going on.
Curious case of refereeing, and I have to say, I think he's got a lot of the calls right tonight. So,
he's been alright, yeah. Just a bit of a weird one.
Probably a rare one. And there's a volley. It's dipping. Just
Jesus
wide. UEA growing into this. They've actually found that the red card has given them a little bit of confidence, and they are playing with a lot more freedom. Dereham, certainly at the minute, penned into their own half, and they look like the side playing with 10 men here at Aldis Park. 2-1 in this Norfolk Senior Cup quarter-final.
Yeah, you look at Elliot there, I think our angles deceived us a bit there with that shot. He didn't look concerned at all, so I don't think that was too close to the goal. But again, it's an audacious effort. It's really brave from UEA, and it's admirable.
Well, Dereham have a chance here. If they can get that third goal, they can establish control. Logan here looks to get a ball at the back post. Brilliant, brave goalkeeping by Thomas Smith to race off his line, and he's going to go long early. It's a poor kick out. Matthews just has a little bit of time just to control, just to slow it down. Hinton, head up, looks wide, outlined to Logan. Poor touch.
Yeah, UEA are covering the ground really, really well. When you lose a man, you obviously to cover the ground is so much harder, isn't it? Whereas UEA are not playing like they've got 10 men.
This is a really good football match. Luke Johnson picks it up for Dereham, end to end at the moment. Out wide to Hipperson. His 2 goals mean Dereham lead in this cup contest, and he looks for a cross towards the back post towards Dasulo, who heads it towards goal. Easy claim for Smith.
I still don't know why Jerry's been put there.
No, that's curious. That is curious. That is very curious.
We'll move on though. We'll move on.
Ben, any comments while the ball is out of play from our viewers this evening?
Not really. Where's Thomas? A bit shaky at the back. Yeah, I think that's only natural that we're a bit shaky. Thomas Snapkauskas, alone, is a fantastic player, and we miss him right now.
Yep.
But Robbie Linford, I think he's doing an adequate job at the very least. Before the UEA goal, he probably would have been my man of the match. But
I have to say, I think the UEA strikers caused real problems for Dereham tonight.
yeah, their number 10 has been really, really good, really promising at times. He was a bit he looked a bit nervous early on. He sort of his end product wasn't there.
I think they struggled to get him in the game. They moved him a little bit deeper.
Yeah.
And it seems to be having an impact here as he picks up the ball. Hassan looks for that ball. It hits Johnson, and that may just allow Dereham to turn over and look at an opportunity here if they can work it
That's the
out
openness.
wide, and they do to Hipperson. UEA going for it, does leave spaces at the back for Dereham to exploit, and Hipperson challenged.
It's the number
there
10. It's the number
by
10 for
Hassan, who's
UEA.
had an excellent second half. Hipperson tracks back well to win possession. Back for Dereham. Hinton just oozes calm, doesn't he? And his pass to Johnson is helped on to Logan. Johnson picks it up again, the 18-year-old, looking to create something, looking to weave his magic.
Good defending
Good
that.
defending that by George Mao, the goal scorer. Hinton there again, just keeps the attack alive. Frary into Logan now, maybe a little bit of space just to whip a ball into the area, and Smith should claim that. Oh, it's a mix-up between Smith and George at the back there.
It's a bit clumsy, isn't it?
And UEA probably fortunate there that there wasn't a player in a black and white striped shirt.
Yeah, that's
on
where
the
the foot
prowl
has
line.
come off the gas a bit, isn't it, for Dereham, which is at 2-0.
What do you put it down to? Do you put it down to complacency? Do you put it down to...
Well, they've lost
raising-
they've lost the presence in Toby up front. Now Jerry is a winger playing in the middle, so
I'm
it's
going to have
not.
to cut across you here. This is a brilliant move from UEA. And Conway has the ball here on the left. Low ball in. It's cleared and Pride collects. Dereham Town living dangerously here.
Yeah, they really are. Yeah, I was just saying they've lost the physical presence with Toby up front, which is where a lot of the danger was coming from.
Oh, this is a card here. This is a card. It's a card for that man over there. Josh Pond goes into the book.
The card was out before the whistle was blown. Then
It was. He was very eager, wasn't he? Challenge there.
well, he's got to make
On
up
Luke
for the other
Johnson, who had surged forward and was
He's
leading
been so
Dereham
good
away
at
on
that
the
the whole
counter.
game, isn't he? Luke
Yeah,
Johnson,
he's
really, really good ball carrier.
Just eased the pressure, hasn't he? And really exploited the spaces, progressed the ball forward. That's what you want from your number 10. He's done that expertly on occasion tonight. And there's the yellow card raised by referee Ashley Smith to Josh Pond, the UEA captain, for what was a fairly cynical challenge on Luke Johnson, rather.
It's situations like this where UEA's 10 men will be in Dereham's advantage, obviously. I mean, it is the whole game, but like, you can afford to stick an extra man in the box, can't you?
Well, you may as well lose 3-1, mightn't you?
Well, yeah, I don't
that's got to
like-
be the attitude that they have from here, and they're very close to winning the ball back
He's
there.
offside,
and
well
that's going to be
offside, yeah.
offside against Luke
I don't
Johnson
know
there
why they've not just put that
on
in
the
the
left-hand
box.
side.
I don't know why Dereham haven't just put that in the box, to be honest with you.
Long ball forward towards their physical striker, Stjumchuk. Cleared away over the top, and Hipperson now, if he can get this under control, which he does, has an opportunity to find Tasulu in the box, pokes it, scuffs it wide, and his chances like those, the Dereham Town are going to need to convert.
Yeah, it's a frustrating one for Jerry, I'm sure, but it's good stuff, isn't it? It's Hippo causing trouble down the left again, this time against, I think it's that right back, he's back over there, so Hippo's having some joy against him. It's a good bit of positioning from Jerry, really, for a man who's a winger. That's really good sort of centre-forwards play. It's just, I think he lacks that instinct that someone like Toby Hilliard would have.
Look how high they've pushed Eden, their left back here. He's essentially playing as a left winger, and that does leave them a little bit exposed at the back.
Jerry.
Dasulo can cause problems with George's clearance. Mao then tries to clear it. Johnson regains control, and Hints, as always, just gets on the ball. A little bit of calmness there. Looks for Matthews. There is Hipperson. Works a yard of space. Hits a shot. Smith scrambling to his right. Gets his hands on it.
Yeah, comfortable save in the end.
Yeah, comfortable save. Denies Hipperson the hat-trick. What is it? 9 goals in 5 games now for him in this competition.
Yeah, including tonight, yeah, 9 and 5 in the Norfolk Senior Cup, not too bad.
An incredible record. Dereham boss as well, Gus, hoping to maintain his 100% record in the competition since joining from Harleston a couple of years ago. 33rd minute of this second half, which, Ben, I'll leave that over to your maths, is the what minute?
What minute, sorry? 32.
33 minutes we're in.
33.
I'll let Ben work that out.
77.
How many?
77. 70.
There we go.
45 plus what? 32.
33, yeah. There we go. Well,
Or
Ben
78,
continues
I
the
don't
maths.
know.
We'll focus on the
I
football.
was going to leave it alone.
Dasulo looking to counter. Doesn't quite do that. Moore sends it forward. Castilian wins.
Turn the string down a bit.
Conway
Just turn it down a bit. It's been struggling a
cleared
bit.
away. Moore picks it up, the goal scorer for UEA, and the striker again really doing well here. Can he get to the byline? Almost bundling his way through the penalty area. He is going to have to go back now. Can Rob Wade Brown keep that in? He does. And Pride collects
Safe
from
hands.
the cross. Good bit of play from UEA, showing they're attacking in 10. Long ball forward towards Dasulo, who is the outlet for Dirham. On a yellow card for a case of mistaken identity from the referee. Logan. Frere puts it in behind, and Dasulo just can't quite spin and get in behind, and the ball runs through to Smith. Is this a bit nervier than you were anticipating?
Yes, balls like that, they make me a little bit nervous, I won't lie to you. In this sort of position, you're going to want to keep it on the ground, but it's kind of hard, I suppose, because the UEA press is really high, but not only is it high, it's really intense.
Hassan has gone down here. This is the second time he's been down for UEA, and just
He's
rolling
rolled
around.
over
He's been
now.
influential
It's just cramp, it
in
looks
this
like.
half. UEA are playing on his Hinton. And Matthews now. Hassan remains down just off screen at the moment. Dereham continuing to attack. Hinton. UEA at the moment trying to defend with 9 men, 8 men even as a striker just stood on halfway. Can Dereham make that count? Frere now in the right back position. Hassan back to his feet, trying to work himself back into the defensive shape, limping quite heavily. That's a poor pass
Sloppy that.
from Johnson, and it does eventually get put out of play. And Hassan will now be able to get the treatment he requires, or not, as may be the case, as he
What was that?
limps his way back into position.
Yeah,
Thought
he
was,
just looks a bit sore. I don't really know what's going on there. I think he's just shaking off a bit of cramp. I mean, it's not been dealt with, so I don't know what the situation is here. I don't know if you just play on now.
Yeah, and we're approaching now the 80th minute of this game. 10 minutes left in this Norfolk Senior Cup quarter-final. Dereham Town 2-1 up over UEA. George Moore's second half goal has just put this game in the balance a little bit at Oldest Park. So surrounding areas are plunged into darkness. The floodlights here helping this, keep the stage for this evening well lit. Dig deep, the cry from the UEA back line, who they've now moved to a free, haven't they? I think Eden.
Well, they've been at a 3 for a while,
Yeah.
haven't they?
Yeah,
I think it's just a
absolutely.
bit of a free-for-all now, and it seems to be working well for them.
It does, it does. They're getting bodies forward, they're causing problems, they're pressing well, they've maintained that energy that maybe was doubted a little bit. And they're penning Dereham in at the moment, looking for any scraps they can find to get their way back into this game. Of course, if they do get an equalising goal, we will go straight to penalties. No extra time here at Oldest Park this evening in this quarter-final fixture. Of course, this would have been the final last year before football was suspended because of the COVID pandemic.
Yeah, I just see Charlie Dixon sort of engaging in a fairly intense warm-up down the left here on the side. Don't know if that's a sign of him coming on or if he's just cold.
Eden flagged offside. That's poor from the young man. Poor from the young man. It can look across the line there. No way he should be flagged offside in that position.
Just over-eager, isn't it? That's sort of been the approach really since the red card, and it's been good for them up until the last 5 minutes, really.
It has, yeah. It just look like tired bodies and tired minds a little bit now, particularly those front two who have provided so much impetus in their second half. And whatever happens now, I think the UEA boss, Paul Neary, will be happy with his side's efforts. A lot of commitment, a lot of energy, even despite the adversity of being reduced to 10 men. Henry Clark seeing red earlier on this half after bringing Hipperson down when he was seemingly through.
Yeah, just after the red card as well, it sort of seemed the game was just going to go towards Dereham.
It
I
did,
remember
didn't it?
saying that was the game when the red card was given because Dereham were in control.
Well,
Not
I
really
mentioned
that
the
in
old
control.
adage, didn't I? It's harder to play against 10 men. Dereham have certainly found that this evening. UEA have done so well to get themselves back into this contest.
Yeah,
Competing
really good
well,
mentality from them.
competing
Really
well.
good.
Dereham Town levels just maybe dropped a little bit, just dipped. Gus won't be happy. as he looks
They never
on
really picked
just
up in
below
the
us.
second half, did they?
Luke Johnson trying to provide
It's
an
a good
energy
challenge,
source
honest challenge.
for the Magpies. Good challenge. Dasulo dives into a challenge already on a yellow card. I think he's very fortunate there. He's missed the ball. The defenders remain down in a heap. Players surrounding the referee.
Hey.
Hassan is absolutely furious.
I'm not sure he can do that.
And the referee now crowding the referee. It did look late from Dasulo.
I mean, it's one of those where you can hear he's got the ball, but it's not influenced the way the ball's gone.
late.
So I think it's a foul, yeah. And given sort of the drama of it, I think that is his second yellow. But he's not given it, so he can't send him off.
Maybe you could say that's justice done for the first one he received.
Oh, absolutely.
Which was a case
do
of
you know what?
mistaken
Part of me
identity.
thinks that could be the situation. And in that case,
It's Ben
from our
George
perspective,
down.
fair enough.
I'm not really sure what the referee has given here because he didn't give a free kick
He's not given a free kick. He can't send him off.
And
I don't know how the UEA striker's not got a yellow there because he's in the ref's face.
yeah, Hassan has essentially brought a halt to the game here. I'm not really
Yeah, he's
sure.
been called over now, isn't
He
he?
is now going to be called over, and he should, you would imagine, go into the book here because his protests did halt the game. When the referee hadn't given a free kick, he played to the whistle, and that certainly wasn't the case, was it? His man essentially had to be pulled away there.
Yeah, that was. You don't like to see that, do you?
No, and I think the
It's only
referee,
in football you see that as well.
the referee is making that point, and I'm not sure that he's actually going to reach for his pocket here, which is really quite incredible considering the descent we saw there. I think Hassan can consider himself lucky if a yellow card doesn't come out of referee Ashley Smith's pocket here.
Yeah, I think as time goes on,
2
I
minutes
really think
we've
about how.
wasted over this.
Yeah, it's really fortunate for Jerry not to get a second yellow card there. I mean, he
I
shouldn't
think
have had
he's
the
fortunate.
first,
I
but
think he's fortunate.
in the context of the situation, he's very lucky to be on the pitch.
Yeah, Hassan also lucky to evade a yellow card there for me.
It's entertaining, though, isn't it?
Given the
Entertaining.
situation, but there you go. That's added 2 minutes onto the end of the game that we wouldn't have had otherwise. That maybe has bought UEA a little bit more time.
What's happening here then?
I'm not really sure what has been given here.
Let's
now.
let- oh, here we go.
The
He's
referee and the
chat
linesman
with
now
his
having
line
a conversation. Plenty of talking, not much action here at Alders Park we're seeing at the moment between the officials. Dereham Town were seemingly in possession of the ball. And
Not sure what the ref's doing.
not sure why he's pulled it
here.
back all across this side of the pitch either.
Yeah, well, nevertheless, I'll say it again. It's an absolute cracking game of cup
And it's
football,
going
isn't
to
it?
be a drop ball here, is it?
Is that where?
I'm not entirely sure what's going on, Ben, I'll be honest.
Well, what I'm
I've,
trying to do right now is I'm trying to sort of listen to Ben Williamson because he's quite smart. So I assume
Ferrari
he knows what's going on. but-
is given an opportunity to switch the play, and play goes on. What a bizarre minute of action that was. Can Dereham profit though? Hipperson on this left-hand side. Cross is blocked by Rodway Brown, who's defending him nicely. Hipperson turns. His 2 goals mean that Dereham, as things stand, are progressing to the semi-finals. Dasulo on the edge of the penalty
Oh,
area.
sloppy pass.
Sloppy pass from Dasulo, who arguably should not be on the pitch after that challenge.
Yeah, there's a lot of comments of outrage, and I understand, to be honest with you.
I think he's very fortunate to still be on the pitch. I think the referee has made an error there.
Yeah,
And,
not great from the ref, is it, that decision? I don't think he's had a terrible game. But
UEA are
not a
going to
good
make a
decision.
change here. Their first change of the evening. Hassan replaced by Arthur Plews with
Yeah.
with a few minutes remaining.
UEA
5
has scored
minutes
a lot of
left
goals.
plus added time. Go on, Ben.
Yeah, UEA has scored a lot of goals. I'm just looking at round 3 here, so the previous round. 4-2 win over, I can't read that, Dussendale and Helston.
Dussendale and Helston, yeah.
Yeah, there you go. So, you know, not another, but a 6-goal thriller. So there's obviously goals in the games they play, which explains why this one's been so entertaining.
Blues is on. 2-1 the scoreline. 5 minutes left plus added time in this contest. You cannot take your eyes off this game at Alders Park. Incredible drama. UEA searching for an equaliser that would take this
Good
game
head.
to penalties. Dasulo does really well to beat his defender. Got a swarm of yellow shirts around him. That is superb
very nice.
from Dasulo, who works a bit of space. Can he draw a foul or find a teammate? He can't. He did the hard work there. And now he finds Rodway Brown. And now we're in a situation where we're 3-on-2. Plews is screaming for it in the middle. Can he get it? He does. Great block there from Linford.
Robbie Linford again.
Plews gets there again on the challenge. It's a shot. It's a good save from Pride. It's cleared away. Pulsating stuff here at Alders Park. The score remains 2-1. And Dereham now maybe have an opportunity to get up the pitch. They're lacking a focal point at the moment. You have to say, Logan does well to evade that challenge.
Yeah, there's the
from
10 men,
Eden.
isn't it, open for Hippo?
Hipperson. Can they get a third goal?
Scotch
Can
free.
they kill off this tie here at Alders Park? 1v1 Hipperson now. Goes
Ooh,
inside.
what's advantage?
UEA getting increasingly heated down below us.
They are, and do you know what? I think it's absolutely fair enough. I suppose they're just trying to spur up the players, aren't
Yeah.
they? And it seems to be working.
Yeah, especially in the absence of fans. Absolutely. Hipperson, superb. Beats his man. Then checks onto his left
Lovely.
foot. Brilliant challenge that from George,
Good last
who
ditch stuff.
stayed down again.
He's
Urged
alright,
up
he's
there
alright.
by Rodway Brown.
Shake it off.
He limps away. That looks
That's
like cramp to me.
Very animated.
A few players beginning to feel it there. Brilliant work from the Dereham man to win a throw-in over on that far side. Ben, how do Dereham need to manage this game now? I guess it's about doing what they're doing at the moment, keeping the ball in this half for one, and just trying to take advantage of perhaps the tiring minds and legs of their competitors.
It's a bit of a second win for Dereham, isn't it? You know, there's really sort of big spaces being exploited now. You can see that UEA have got 10 men. Before you couldn't, because their press was so intense. They were covering the ground really well. And I'm not saying they aren't still now, but it's just the pitch seems a whole lot bigger for them as they grow more tired. A few players now have sort of limped away with cramp, and I think a lot of players go down, whereas UEA are clearly desperate to score. So
2
again
minutes
here
of normal time remaining. Dereham have an opportunity here with Johnson. Logan has an opportunity. Does he? Smith quick off his line. And he does well there.
Yep, still 2-1 to Dereham.
2-1 to Dereham. Clock
Few
ticking
minutes
down.
left.
Just having a battery change in the camera, so you may be seeing very little of the action at the moment as Dasulo picks it up on halfway. Just finds Hipperson now, looks for Johnson. The on-rushing Johnson looks to beat George. Cuts inside, hits a shot, and it drops just wide.
Hey, caramba.
So close there to being 3-1 to Dereham, and that would have been the game, wouldn't it, from Johnson. Does so well to collect the ball, to get it on his right foot.
Yeah.
Just doesn't quite get enough curl on that ball to make it drop into the net.
Yeah, the game's wide open now. UEA really on sort of the back foot when Dereham sort of look to attack. They look really worried, and that's due to the 10 men and the tiredness, which Dereham really need to take advantage of. I think Gussie down there is sort of furious really that they've not scored another. But that was very close. It was a very good effort. A nice little move from Hippo and Johnson, two of our better players.
Yeah, it certainly is. Dereham Town just looking to manage the game, looking to progress to the semi-finals of this competition, looking to wind down the clock a little bit. As we approach 90 minutes, we're pretty close to being into added time now.
Ooh.
UEA still
Sorry,
searching
Joe's
for that
gonna give
second
another
goal
yellow
that
there.
would take this game to penalties. Handball being claimed. We've now moved into stoppage time. Johnson closing down. George Moore, the goal scorer, does very well. Has pinned him into that corner. Excellent. And that's a poor pass back to Sulo. The keeper out of his goal. That's a rush challenge. And he's
Don't know about that.
corner. Looked like a foul to me.
I don't know about that, Connor. I've just been told by Mr. Ben Williamson 4 minutes are to be
4
added on.
minutes added on. 4 minutes
Part
added
of me
on.
wants UEA to equalise for the drama, but the magpie on my chest suggests that I don't want that to happen. That's an interesting.
And Dereham
Interesting
just
one
have an
from the ref.
opportunity just to keep the ball in the corner, just to wind the clock down. 4 minutes added on, so we're told.
Oh, we're buffering again. Oh, we're back.
And we've already played nearly a minute of that.
Just trying to see the game out now, aren't they? How long left, Connor?
We're
Yeah,
just,
we're into
just
stoppage
entering
time.
the second minute of stoppage time
Yep.
now. But Dereham have added
ball.
a few seconds to the clock there, and that has been kept out by Frary, who does enough.
Yeah, cramp down below here for the UEA number 9 again.
Absolutely. Will be helped on. Linford will find Frary. They're taking their time here. There's a few choice words being exchanged now. Temper's getting a little bit heated. Dereham Town just looking to see this out, and at the moment you have to say they look in a fairly good position. Johnson now 3 men round.
Nice.
Oh, that is superb.
Oh, look at
That
him go.
is superb from Johnson. And he finds Hinton. Can he
Give us
square
a
it?
vote.
This has got to be
Oh, the
Hipperson
bubble.
to finish the game. He does. There's the goal. 3-1. And that's Dereham Town in the semi-finals.
If I was warmer, I'd whip out a Gary Nev scream there. But that is
A hat-trick for Hipperson.
absolutely superb from him.
Did really well after a poor touch initially to find the back of the net. You
Yeah,
can
they-
see from the UEA response there, crestfallen on the pitch. But that had been slipping away from them for 5 minutes. And for Dereham Town, that seals the cup tie.
Yeah, it's the second win for Dereham, isn't it? Really good stuff from Luke Johnson down the right here. For me, my man of the match, absolutely 100%. Really good stuff. Beats 3 men with a step over, does a little Maradona. And hints, really good composure from him. Not surprising at all to find Hippo. And I was so worried the ball had just bobbled over his foot. But Adam Hipperson, a man of top quality, manages to compose himself.
Absolutely, and you can see there from the UEA charge, they may leave
Could be
themselves a
another
little
hit.
bit open here,
Could be
and
another
there
hit.
could be an opportunity for a fourth. Johnson surging forward again. He's been so influential. Just tries to get his men. Dasulo had floated offside, and oh dear, oh dear, oh dear.
What's happened there?
Johnson
I've
is
not
silly.
seen it.
It's silly. It's It's very silly from Luke Johnson. Dear, oh dear, oh dear. Tempers flare here, the last moment. Johnson has lost it here, and he could find himself in trouble. He could find himself in trouble.
What's happened here?
A real tempers of flare. Frerie's had to pull him out. He's lost his head there at the goalkeeper.
I've not seen it.
It's going to be interesting to see what the decision here is from the referee Smith, and his persistence may mean that he does receive a red card, which would be a shame after what has been a very good performance from Luke Johnson on the whole.
Yeah, that's a shame,
isn't it? He's got to go the cries from the UEA bench, and they would think that, wouldn't they?
Yeah, well,
but
seems
it just
to be the right
feels
call
that the persistence there of his argument towards the various UEA players haven't helped his cause. George Moore and
well,
Luke
we've
Johnson,
spoken a lot about experience, haven't we?
The referee has just taken stock, hasn't he? Just taken his time. And here comes the card.
Yellow?
What colour is it going to be? It's going to be yellow for Luke Johnson.
I think he's done well to get away with that there. Blimey.
I think he's fortunate. And Dereham Town are now going to pull him off. They're now going to pull him off. And
Charlie Dixon playing in the number 10 here.
Coming on, and that's probably not a surprise given the way it's ended for the 18-year-old there. Tempers flared. But a good performance on the whole from Johnson tonight.
Yeah, let's not let it take away from the fact that he has absolutely ran the show tonight. Now, we spoke about experience, didn't we? 18 years old, the temper is there, isn't it? He's a teenager, isn't he? Not excusing it, but at the same time, he has been very, very good tonight as I watched the line assess Charlie Dixon here, who shall be playing in the 10.
Yep, we're past the 4 minutes added on, and of course a few more seconds will be added on.
That could be it.
For that palaver there that Johnson led. He's now off the pitch as Frary heads it behind. 3-1 the score, and it looks now like increasingly that Dereham Town will be in the semi-finals of the Norfolk Senior Cup. A professional performance in the end, but UEA have given them a scare.
I don't know about professional. I don't know, they rode the luck at times.
In parts. Rodway Brown will try and get this throw into the box. It's long, it's cleared, it may fall for more. He's going to hit a shot, he does, it's low, and it's a stalk, just knock rather
there it goes.
Opportunity, and there is the full-time whistle, and there is confirmation of Dereham Town's place in the Norfolk Senior Cup semi-final rather. A valiant effort from UEA, down to 10 men. That made their task a lot harder this evening, but they kept going, hit the bar, hit the post, probably on the balance of play had enough opportunities to level it. UEA just couldn't quite find that breakthrough they needed that would really have made this game interesting. Hipperson's hat-trick the difference, and I'll throw it over to you, Ben, and ask you for your man of the match this evening.
Oh, I want to say Luke Johnson, but the end sort of taints it a bit now. It's got to be Luke Johnson for me. He was really, really good. I've just realised Hippo scored a hat-trick, so I think we automatically have to give it to him, but for me Luke Johnson has been superb tonight, and we spoke before the game about the quality difference, didn't we? Luke Johnson, Adam Hipperson, Hints in the midfield, Robbie Linford putting in a really, really good shift at centre-back. Everyone's been superb tonight, and let's give credit to the UEA boys. They were absolutely sublime. They sort of left it all out there on the pitch, didn't they? When you go down to 10 men, sometimes it's a recipe for disaster, sometimes you go for it and it brings out the best in you. That was almost the case for the UEA tonight. I think they're unlucky, very unlucky not to have gotten more out of the game, to be honest with you, not to have taken it to well, they're unfortunate not to have taken it to extra time or to penalties at the very least.
Yep.
But absolute cracker of a game. Really, really good stuff.
Brilliant game of local football here in the Norfolk Senior Cup. We essentially had 4 games, didn't we, for Dereham Town to end this season. They progressed to the semi-finals of the competition. Gus has maintained his 100% record as Dereham boss in this competition. Credit to UEA in patches. They really put pressure on, particularly in the second half when maybe a goal would have swung the competition in a different, or the game in a different direction. That wasn't the case, and it's finished here at Alders Park in the Norfolk Senior Cup quarter-final. Dereham Town 3, UEA 1. Ben, I'll end with you, where you can let people know about the GoFundMe page for a final time.
Yeah, so it's in the description box of this video, as well as it's our pinned tweet on our Twitter. So if you'd like to donate, that'll be gratefully received. The last thing I'll say is well done to the UEA boys. I can see the manager going into them now, and that's just a sign of the character, isn't it? You know, them boys can obviously take it, can't they? Made a real good account of themselves tonight. But yeah, really happy to see Dereham go through, and hopefully we get a nice favourable draw. Hopefully we can go live with that as well. You're not too sure if it's home or away yet. If it's at home, I'm sure we'll go for the live again. But yeah, really, really good stuff tonight. Really, really entertaining. And for as cold as we are, which is the first time in about 40 minutes we've mentioned that, it's been an absolutely sublime watch.
Yeah, that probably shows the quality of the second half, doesn't it? Ben, thank you very much. Thank you as well to Jordan behind the camera for making this all possible. Thank you very much for watching along at home. I hope you enjoyed that. Hopefully the commentary wasn't too grating for you, and I'm sure we'll see you again very, very soon. Thanks for watching.